I just got it tuned up, got it at the shop. Good to see you again, fam. Yeah. I got a few things done. Like I said last week, I needed to get some things done that I wasn't getting done during the season. You know, you can't make promises around your house and not keep them indefinitely. Anyway, fam, situations are brewing. We picked up Brian Griese, old school Shanahan style, all right? Because, you know, Griese came in after, of course, John Elway left. He came in the same year, I think. Elway left and took over, right? But the Niners just hired former NFL quarterback / Monday Night Football booth broadcaster Brian Griese to fill the quarterback's coach void left by Rich Scangarello. As you well know, Griese has no coaching experience, but was the quarterback under Mike Shanahan years ago with the Broncos. See, the key words are there, Mike Shanahan. Okay, so as you know, if Mike Shanahan, he's Mike Shanahan schooled, he has expertise, so we didn't have to look too far to find somebody. This may be brilliant, and then again, it may not be. We'll talk about that as well. But tonight, taking your phone calls for thoughts on the Niners hiring an inexperienced Brian Griese, his quarterback coach, and what inspired Shanahan to believe that Griese could actually tutor T. Lance into Kyle-style football. It's just wearing me out. I'm going to put some more perspective on that in a minute, but before we go into all of that, I have been foaming at the mouth because I've been doing things I'm supposed to be doing, but at the same time, I've been watching the combine. You know, speed is not missing from the 2022 NFL Combine. Not as far as wide receivers go. Whoa! Ballers like Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and rising prospect and our dude, Christian Watson, all ran the 40-yard dash under 4.4 seconds and have already become household names. Ooh! If you ever ran track and field, remember, if you were quick, I was kind of fast. I used to love when I came around the stretch of the 400 meters as where I picked up my best speed. For some reason, I'd start sweeping past people. I love that sound of the crowd. Ooh! That just gets you going, man. Anyway, the fastest time in the combine was set by Tiquan Thornton. Is it Tiquan? Tiquan Thornton, who ran a 4.28 second 40. 4.28. Fam, you hear what I said? I said 4.28. I didn't say 4.3 nothing. I said 4.28. Unofficially, he was timed at 4.21. That, you know how I've been, which would have broken an NFL Combine record, but look at the top 10 fastest wide receivers of the year. Fam, here's the thing. Let's take a quick look at those, but here's the thing. I've been whining and crying about the need for speed for years, since Marquise Goodwin did what he did for the 49ers offense and made it possible for George Kittle and others to have great years. I have been saying, if we could just get somebody to make them mofos back up off that offense. You know, they're stacking the box. Believe me, you pick up one of these dudes, they will not be stacking the box. So that's why. So you look at the top 10 fastest speeds. Sky Moore, 4.41, Western Michigan. He's slow. He's so slow. Now we move into these other guys. At number 9, Chris Olave, 4.39, Ohio State. Garrett Wilson, 4.38, Ohio State. My God, what is going on at Ohio State? Oh, my God. That's 2. And our dude, Christian Watson, beat both of them at 4.36, North Dakota State. You know the name. You know the connection. Trey Lance's dude. Bo Melton, 4.34, Rutgers. Danny Gray, 4.33, SMU. Big Show, where you at, man? I need to hear from you tonight, man. Alec Pierce, 4.33, Cincinnati. Calvin Austin, the third, 4.32, Memphis. Venice Jones Jr. came out of Tennessee at 4.31. And Tiquan, the king, the man who could be now known as the Flash. Tyreek Hill, get ready to get your butt handed to you, man. You are no longer the fastest human in football. Ooh. This wide receiver draft class, bam, is fast, ridiculously fast. There's all kinds of guys in there. I already sent my little note to John on Twitter. John, for the love of God, man, please, John, please, as an early Christmas present, give me one of these guys. I know, fam. I know. It's important to note that blazing speed isn't the only thing a wide receiver can rely on to catch passes and score touchdowns. I'm fully aware of that fact. Route running, vision, and catching ability are all just as if not more important. Yeah, I know. But it does not help. It does help higher caliber prospects raise their stock right now. This draft class is deep at the wide receiver position anyway. Prospects like Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave were already considered the best prospects in the draft by plenty. And look what they run. These numbers might set them in stone a little bit more. Mid to late round sleepers like Bo Melton, Sky Moore, and Christian Watson might also benefit from making the top 10 fastest times, which is, the reality is sad news for us, fam. We already know there are players to look out for in this draft and players whose draft stock is rising. Again, setting them in stone a little bit more than they would be. If anything, the 40-yard dash helps solidify a player's stock, but it doesn't move the needle much for NFL teams. They're looking, hey, he can run, but can he play football? Although the player we're all hoping for, but may as well, hey, fam, you might as well get, I'm loving it. Get over Christian. There's not a prayer. I mean, not even a ghost of a chance. Trey Lance's classmate and receiver from North Dakota, Christian Watson, is far from a sleeper now, if he ever was. 6'4". Fam, I said 6'4". That's a big target. 208 pounds. That's wonderful size. And he clocked Mrs. Watson's baby boy unofficially at 4.28. Are you kidding me right now? What? Finally, Watson's official 40-yard time was later posted at 4.36, I mentioned. The sixth fastest among wide receivers. Overall, he posted historic workout numbers for a receiver of his size, going all the way back to 2003. According to Next Gen Stats, that immediately puts him in that potential generational talent status. Now, if he works with Kyle, he's going to become a better receiver. With that speed. He's working with somebody he knows much about. He knows Trey. Trey knows him. You see, that's... Pending his official numbers, Watson expected to enter the draft as one of only 3 receivers to measure at 6'4" plus and earn a 90-plus athleticism score in the NGS draft model. Next Gen already posted info on its official Twitter feed. Raw talent who has improved vastly under very brief NFL training and coaching and has all the physical tools to become a freak in the NFL. Jamar Chase, forget about it. The party's about to get crowded in elite speed. We don't have a prayer. Pick him up, though. Trey needs that kind of target, fam, and you know it. He proved it a couple of years ago when he was working with this guy. And this may have been some of the reason why he has the accolades he has. Could have been right here in this dude, because you saw some of the footage on him. Whatever Trey throws, he can throw it hard as he wants to. This dude's go get it. And for all the suckers that don't know, you go ahead and sit up on that line of scrimmage. Go ahead, sit up there. When you look up, he will be gone. You don't have a time. You miss one cue. You miss one anything, he's gone. He's 6'4". Trey don't even have to throw it perfect. He's got it. Damn. This is why I'm praying for a speeder. My wish is not an indictment against Debo and Brandon, by the way. I got hit up on that already about that Twitter. On the contrary, if you know anything about Kyle Shanahan's offense, hell no, it's not an indictment. Do you know that Debo now will become... You talk about DC staying up all night. Brandon Ayuk, both of them now, will become more miserable for every DC in the league. You put Christian in with these 3 guys, and that goes for Jawan Jennings. We did not let the other guys rest. Now Debo has the middle of the field absolutely clean. You put Ayuk and Debo running across the middle patterns, anything else they want to do, there's nobody home. Christian Watson's dragging people down the field. They already know Trey can hit him because he's already been hitting for years. Yeah, they know each other. This is the formula for absolute annihilation. George Kittle would just be laughing his ass off every game. What are they going to do? I got Christian taking everybody downfield with him, and then you got Debo over here on this side. What are they going to do? You get a double team Debo? Go ahead. There's Brandon Ayuk on the other side. There's nothing you can do about him either. This whole middle of the field is for me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down and sit down in routes and just wait and tap my foot. You know, and this is the thing. You know, moving on. It's a pipe. It's a pipe. I know it. We got right now. I can't see a first round pick for Jimmy unless it's a conditional pick. But listen, that's next year. So we don't get to pick until what? 60? Unless the 49ers get real crazy and start drafting up with what? I don't know. Moving on, as I said, I'm gonna get over that. Jennifer Lee Chan tweeted, 49ers team source confirms Brian Griese will join the 49ers as the Niners quarterback coach. Griese not only has a long history with the Kyle Shanahan, but was drafted by the Broncos in the third round of the 1998 NFL draft when Mike Shanahan was the open head of the head coach and VP of football operations in Denver. But, fam, just to add more food for perspective before we get into tonight's discussion, ESPN's Adam Schefter also reported earlier today that his colleague, Brian Griese, is leaving the MNF booth to become quarterback coach for the 49ers. The news comes to as the picture of the Monday Night Football booth in 2022 is extremely uncertain right now. Troy Aikman is headed to ABC ESPN on a 5-year, $90 million deal. According to enough reports over the recent weeks, that it may be time to dismiss that intel as a rumor. It must be true. How do you make those kind of numbers up? Well, that leaves the rest of the MNF, why is that so hard to say? MNF booth. Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, that's a mystery. Fox Sports' Joe Buck doesn't know what the future holds for him either. Joe is quoted saying, I don't know where I'm going to be next year. Joe, didn't you just get drafted in the Hall of Fame, Joe? I think you don't need to be too concerned. I know Troy's gone. This is a further quote from Buck. I know Troy's gone. He's now at ESPN. I'm kind of in limbo. I've got another year under contract at Fox. They have expressed interest in keeping me. They also know that it was a big partnership that I had with Troy. Unquote. So while Griese's on his way to San Francisco, he probably wouldn't be here had all hell not broke loose at ESPN. My feeling is. So it's not like he just wanted to be a coach, right? The Niners interviewed Brian and must have liked what they heard, though, right? I hope, I figure. Griese has a long relationship with the Kyle Shanahan, the family, Kyle and Mike, who was on the Bucs coaching staff when Griese played there. Griese played for the Broncos when Shanahan's father, Mike, was a head coach. As I mentioned earlier, Griese's rookie season of 1998 was John Elway's final season. Griese has never coached on any level. Fam, my question is, do you like this move and trust that Coach Shanahan is not making a desperate move? I assume as soon as Scangarello left, as everybody's been cherry-picking us to pieces, I'm assuming that he was looking around immediately afterward because, come on, you got a novice quarterback that needs work. You got to find somebody quick. I don't know. Apparently, I thought that maybe Brian Lynn. I thought Lynn would probably be okay for that job. Maybe not. But Lynn's a running backs guy. But I thought he was supposed to be a pretty good quarterback coach as well. Anyway, coaching and playing are two different things. Michael Jordan, who is considered by most, through a few arguments, is the greatest NBA player of all time, right? But then when it comes to coaching, that's another story. You ask Kwame Brown how he feels about Michael Jordan's coaching. So, as I say, could this be a leading the blind situation, or is this going to be all right, fam? Because I don't know what to think about this. I said, what? He doesn't know anything. How's he going to go about, what techniques and methods will he use to put Trey on a path that he can actually use? So, then there's that. So, fam, I tell you what, let me hurry up and go to the phone. It's late. And again, I'm sorry for being late. I'm going to have to improve upon this. Season's about to start. We're laying back. Oh God. Anyway, hey, Jamie, come on in, Jamie.
Hey, Ronbo.
Jamie, how you doing, fam? Haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah.
And I know you were doing the same thing. I
I've seen
saw
those
you on
times,
Twitter.
and I could not call in.
Yeah, I saw you on Twitter. You were going through the same anxieties and pains I was. All that speed is out there. You and I, Big Show, and maybe 2 or 3 others that we know of have been very adamant about the fact that we could use the speed. Let it go. And tell me what you feel about Brian Griese as well.
Brian Griese, I think will be fine. I think he's going to be a decent coach. We'll have to wait and see on that. I'm not sure, but I think he'll be fine. It's not like he's a mobile guy, though. He was never a mobile guy, so he ain't going to be teaching you to leave the pocket. So if you teach him anything, it's going to be teaching him how to quarterback.
I thought about that, too.
You
Here's
know?
the thing, Jamie. You know what? This is what, and I think Kyle thought about that when he hired him, because as much as people think that Trey is going to be the next MVP Hall of Fame quarterback, he still needs to polish his in-pocket game, right? So this may be part of it. And as far as running around in the pocket, Trey already knows how to do that, or leave the pocket, should I say.
Yeah, it's going to be fundamental.
Yep. So,
So I think you missed one guy. I think you missed one guy on your wide receiver thing, Wan'Dale Robinson. He's that little 5'8" guy and this stocky little dude.
But he's quick?
I've been watching. Yeah, he's quick and he's pretty fast. He's a 4.38. And I watch on all this film. He's so small, like they don't know where he is. He's always open. And it looked like he catches the ball pretty good.
Yeah, Jamie, this is what you know how everybody's like. For years, I have been an advocate of it's not about the size of the quarterback. It's about the heart of not quarterback, but it's not the size of a receiver, but it's the heart. A lot of guys can go get the ball. That's all there is to it, right? If he's one of those kind of guys, otherwise, Trey does need that big target, especially for now. And he's used to that big target, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we want Watson, period. We want that guy. If they can figure out a way to get him, I want him. I like that Alec Pierce guy, too. He's not a little guy. He's like 6'3". Alec Pierce, he ran that 4.33.
That'll do. That'll do.
He's a pretty big dude, and he's running a low 4.3. And then there's one more smaller guy, Shakir or whatever, from Boise State, ran 4.35 as far as I could tell.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's that Pickens from Georgia, ran a 4.4 flat. He's not slow.
That's true.
And he was a big-time receiver.
Yeah. And
Brian, all those guys are going to be
aesthetics. As soon as I see those numbers next to your name, I get a rush. So 4.4, and there's a lot of guys who have in-game speed too. So you're right. 4.4 is not to be frowned upon.
No. I literally freaked out when I seen that kid ran a 4.21. I was like, no way. No way.
But Jamie, you know what it reminds me of? Remember when Debo's running down the field with the ball and it looks like he's moving in one dimension and everybody else is moving in another one? Yeah. That's when he was running down the track.
All of a sudden he burst past everybody.
Right. And that's why when all these guys were running down the track, it looked like they were gobbling up ground so fast. The 40 was over and exactly what they said it was. I said, damn, he got his butt down there quick. Oh.
Yeah. And then there was like 4 dudes or 5 dudes that were just slow. I mean, they were extreme slow. I was like, wow, man.
4.4 something.
They were it's either 4.4 or 4.65. I'm like, dude, there was one or two guys running 4.5. I'm like, wow.
Why are you here? And can you imagine, Jamie, how those guys are feeling as they're walking around there looking at everybody else? Well, I guess there was no point in showing up here today. I should have done this pro day, get coached live for me. God.
Yeah. Why'd I do this to myself?
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these guys, I got on my paper.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Anyway,
these guys I got on my paper. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. These guys, I think we can get in the second round. Like Wan'Dale Robinson or Alec Pierce is going to be late first round, second round because he's pretty fast. Like we can move up a couple spots and probably get that guy maybe.
Jamie, please explain. I love that part. Just Jamie, we're at number 60, I think. And you know what I mean? It's like not winning the Super Bowl was the worst thing we could do. We got just far enough down to ruin our draft. We think about that now.
Yeah,
during the course of the game, you want to win
draft.
the game. But now, you know.
Well, if we do end up getting something for Jimmy, we can pair that with our second and then move up. You know, a few spots and get somebody hanging around early second round.
That could be an option.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys are going to be right around the end of the first and through the second round to the beginning of the third, you know? Because just the speed alone, they're going to take – somebody's going to take most of these guys pretty early.
God, yes. You know, because, as I say, you look at the situation now, Jamar Chase was a big part of why even
the chemistry.
The Browns. I mean, that the Bengals even got where they got. You know, you need that in the NFL now.
Yeah, you have to have the chemistry, which is why we need that Watson kid. But it's going to be hard to pick him up. He's going to go in the first round. Yeah,
a lot of those guys are.
I think. I mean, but there how many people ran a 4.2? There was three of them or something like that.
Yeah, they were so close to 4.2. It doesn't matter. 4.32s and 4.3. Let me take a quick glance at my list because I have them all listed here. As I was like foaming at the mouth as I was reading, I said, "What? 4.33 Danny Gray SMU, 4.33 Cincinnati, 4.32 Memphis, Felix Jones 4.31, Tiquan, of course, as you know." Bob Melton, Rutgers, 4.34. Christian Watson, you know about. Garrett Wilson, 4.38, Ohio State. Ole, 4.39. I mean,
There's a lot of them, and a lot of them are the higher class wide receivers that they already know of, and the time just verifies they're going first round. And then some of the guys like that fastest guy, he wasn't even on anybody's radar, and then he just blew the doors off everybody, and now he's going to go first round.
Hey, but listen, Jamie, here's the thing. Everybody's not going to get a reset. It's a lot of guys. There's going to be a lot of them to drop into the second round. I would say at the max there's going to be 3 guys gone in the first round, wide receivers, right? And those are teams that have multiple first round picks. So look out for Miami next year. They are going to ruin things. And Mike McDaniel sitting back there saying, "See, I knew what I was doing. This is why I came here." You know?
Yeah, he's giggling. He's giggling. He's going to get all these guys. He's going to get whichever one he thinks he needs.
Okay. Jamie, we got to go. We're out of time. We're having, I'll be back Sunday, and wow.
I'll call back in and do some more research.
All right. Appreciate that, Jamie. Looking forward to that. All right, fam. Have a great night.
See you then.
Okay, I saw somebody post up here, Amari Cooper's been released. Y'all lying, right? Somebody lying. Big Show says, shout out to the Trey stands who like to screen, record this show on their mom's Wi-Fi and blast you on Twitter if you have a disagreement on Trey. Are people doing that? You guys are pissing Big Show off. Hey, Papa Dragon! Pop! Boy, Pops, I know he's got a lot to say about these situations. Yes, Pop.
Oh, my God. I have so much to say.
Oh, please start it because you know we're going to run out of time. And I ain't going to say another word. I'll listen. Go ahead.
Y'all going to blow me out in like 30 seconds. Let me see. So, anyway, pros on the Griese hiring. Pros is that he comes to a team that is ready to compete in the playoffs for the championship next year. He doesn't have to learn the offense because he already knows it. So that's pro.
That's true.
Pro is that he was a former NFL quarterback, which means that he also can play the role of mentor to young Trey. That's a very, very big pro.
It really is.
The fact that he knows the system is huge. The verbiage, the formations and things like that. I think that's a big pro. I think the other part of the pro is he's been in the booth for 10 years at least.
Yeah.
So, the level of networking that goes into that, the amount of people that he knows and things like that,
And his
will help
observances.
in it just helps in linking you up with like-minded people. So those are the pros. The cons, obviously, is that he hasn't coached, right? And then I know there are some people saying, well, he's not a running quarterback. Well, folks, neither is Trey. I know we want to say he's running quarterback, but he ain't. He can do it, but that's not his game. His game is under the center, full back in the backfield, play action. But the biggest attribute that Trey has is his brain. That is the biggest thing he has, his brain. And the second thing behind that is his work ethic. Those are things that either you have it or you don't. Third is his leadership. Again, either you have it or you don't. So he'll be first in the building. He'll be the last one to leave. I think he's going to be probably a pleasure for people to work with in that quarterback room. So, yeah, quarterback room should be good. So I look at people challenging the whole Griese hire. Look at McDaniel. How many games did McDaniel start in the NFL? What position?
Yeah, but he went to Yale.
Exactly. Same thing for Saleh. It doesn't mean anything. You ask anybody who's been to Yale, and been to another college. It's like college is college, man. I mean, it's the name recognition, obviously, but I mean, you go to Yale, I don't think you can handle the work. Like, this is just like regular college work.
True, but you know what? There's only like Yale. If you could apply at Yale all day, and as soon as they look over your resume, they can say, nah, you wouldn't make it here. So I figure he's kind of sharp.
No, they say that. They say that, but the smart people transfer in anyway.
I know, right?
You don't gotta get accepted to transfer in.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. As far as all the receivers and things like that, those kids are fast, man. But you know what? I think it's a whole different ball game running straight line, short time. Sorry, I just never believed in the combine, and apparently neither do the 49ers. None of the coaches are there. You got to look at the film. You got to look at the film. Says, no, you got to look at the film is where the action is. You got to see the film. Level of competition is different. And I'll give you a prime example. When I was scouting quarterbacks last year, at first I was pretty hot for Fields. And I was still pretty hot for Fields, actually. But I also was intrigued by Zach Wilson until I watched his film. When I watched his film, I saw Zach Wilson sitting back there in the pocket for 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. I'm like going, that's not NFL football. And he struggled. Mm-hmm. I looked at Mac Jones. Love Mac Jones. I love his form, his pass, his pocket press. I love everything about him. His mechanics, his accuracy, his release. I love how he threw with anticipation. But then I was like, his longest pass was 43 to 45 yards in the air. That is going to be difficult. That'll be that's defensible in the NFL. I mean, he needs to get stronger. Then I saw his pro day, and he showed up with woman hips and boobs. I was like, no, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not telling you trying to diss him. So what I'm trying to say is that whatever happens with Jimmy G happens with Jimmy G. Obviously, I think I said a fourth round pick, and that could be like a conditional pick. Obviously, that drops a little bit. I still believe that if you're a coach and you're like in your 4th or 5th year and you haven't found a quarterback yet, I think you seriously should look at Garoppolo, and I think you should trade for him to try to get him back in. I still think he winds up with New England some kind of way. I really do. I still think he's going to wind up in New England. I really do. I know it's weird. You're crazy. I just know that Bill Belichick's 70 now. He wants to win now. He knows that there's limitations with Mac Jones, and Mac Jones is going to have to prove it, which means that he needs to bring in competition for Mac Jones. And I'm sure that he will part ways with the 6th round pick.
But the bottom line on Jimmy is, regardless of how good or bad or he's judged, it's that salary. A lot of teams aren't ready for that. In a year we just came off of, now you're going to pay $24 million all of a sudden, $27 million. That's hardcore. And that's why the 49ers are going to have a hell of a time trying to move him.
That's killer. Well, I mean, that's just it. It's how you work the numbers. One, he'd have to rework his contract. He's more likely to rework it for New England.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
just saying. Bill Belichick calls his son
tradition,
up.
yeah, in New England, yeah.
Hey, I want you to come back and lead the Patriot way and compete with this kid. And, what can you do for us? And, and before you know it, he's like, we're on to Cincinnati with Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback. Watch. Just watch. I watch him win, too. Because people always complain about, they say he just wins. I say, look, here's the problem with Jimmy that everybody hates. He wins ugly, but he wins. He wins ugly,
and also,
but he wins.
And also, he's going to suddenly get hurt. You know what? Had he not gotten hurt this year, we'd have that 6. The Rams would never beat Jimmy if he was healthy.
Okay.
And also,
that goes back.
Stays,
you know what? That's a perfect point. Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Perfect. If he hadn't got hurt, but why did he get hurt?
He's always going to get hurt.
Why is someone grabbing your franchise quarterback by the jersey and slinging him into the ground? What is the flag thrown?
I know. Well,
so again, when people sit there and talk to me about the 49ers, man, I'm sorry. Pass pro is priority. I don't give a damn if a receiver runs a 3.9. You better get somebody who can block.
That's what I said. But that draft pick won't cost us no money, fam. Let's get together on this on Sunday. Because Pop, I understand every point you made was excellent, but I still want that dude that he's got to change his shoes in the middle of the game because he wore the soles out. Oh my God!
They'll get somebody. They'll get somebody, but it'll be like in the 6th or 7th round. It depends on how the draft falls. If you're taking the team, you take the best player available. That's what you do.
I tell you,
that's what they're supposed to do.
I tell you, Pop. Let me see you Sunday.
But there's a tackle there.
And by the way, I missed you all week. I gotta have some Popisms. Hey, fam.
Hey, man. All right, man. Hey, like and subscribe to Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, fam. Well, I tell you
what.
Man.
Oh, shout out to Big Show. Shout out Big Show. Shout out Big Daddy. Shout out Big Show. Shout out Big Show. Shout out. Find us. We got to find a receiver in the late round, Show. Find us a receiver.
Stop it.
Find us a receiver.
Good night, Pop.
Find a way that we can trade for Max Jones, Joe. Big Show. Find us a way that we can figure out how to acquire Max Jones.
Pop, let me see you Sunday. I'm going.
Who would you give up for Max Jones?
Goodbye, Pop. I'm making 49 Lakers says, I don't like the hire. There you go. 49 Lakers, nothing we can do now. And come on in, Jay.
Ronbo, can you hear me?
Jay, I can hear you.
Okay. I agree with Papa Dragon about Brian Griese, about, him being a former quarterback and stuff. But, he wasn't. Yeah, his bad thing is about he never coached, I'm pretty sure. Or, been an assistant, I think. Or whatever he said.
No, he's never been
a quarterback coach, right?
Period. Yeah, he's quarterback coach.
Period?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he is our quarterback coach now.
Well, yeah, now. So,
But what made you? Pop putting out a lot of positives. You think those are the same things that Kyle Shanahan was looking at, listening, and thinking about? He knows the system.
Probably.
He is a quarterback. Trey can look at him as a mentor, as far as in the aspect of at least he is a quarterback. So it's not like he's just sitting here reading books and telling me what to do. He's been through it all. That is a huge plus, and he knows, as I say, Shanahan's system. So yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, probably Kyle, you, bottom and stuff, and he wasn't really a good player, was he? No, huh?
He was. I don't know. He got traded a couple of times. You know what though? It's about him being connected to the Shanahan family is the value here, I think.
And yeah. I hope we get our first for Jimmy Ronbo. I hope to God. I hope.
He's too expensive. He's too expensive. That's the problem.
The bad thing is,
you could get a first for him. If Jimmy wasn't making $27 million, Jimmy Garoppolo's done a lot of things and learned a lot from some very smart people in San Francisco. No matter what anybody thinks about Jimmy, as like Pop says, he wins. He wins ugly maybe, but Jimmy Garoppolo's going to win. That's just who he is. But he's going to get hurt also. So you trade for that. You get a first round pick, and you got to pay $27 million. And now even I'm on he's going to get hurt. Jimmy got hurt at the worst getting. I mean, Jimmy's rolling along down through the season. After week 8, Jimmy was like rated as one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. All of a sudden, he gets slammed to the ground, hurts his hand, and we're basically done. And teams don't want to put up with that. And I don't blame them. So no first round pick. Hey, Jay, I don't want to disappoint you, though. Maybe. Maybe Washington, it needs to be a team that has more than one first-round pick. I don't think they have any more than one first-round pick in Washington, though. They have pick number 11. That's it, I think. So, anyway, Jay, you still there? Yeah, Jay has connection issues every now and then.
Ronbo.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
You hear me? Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
I really want to draft Christian Watson, Ronbo.
Oh, God, I do, too.
I hope to God he falls to us, man.
He doesn't. Hey, Jay, I'm saying that now just so I can get everybody. The water's already been. We've chummed the water with all kind of extremely tasty treats for every GM in the league. But will they bite everywhere except Trey? I mean, Christian, right?
Christian, yeah.
Oh, yes, they will.
And he's 6'4" and runs a 4.36. Like,
that's
damn, bro. Yeah, and hopefully that the NFL looks over him, does draft him because he's in the FCF sort of the hell. Yeah, hopefully they say that. Hopefully he falls to us, and because I want to draft him because he's Trey's old friend or whatever from high school.
Well, they work together. They got chemistry, right?
Yeah.
That's a step forward. That's an advantage.
Yep, and he's 6'4" and runs that 4.36, and
he broke 4.3. That means if somebody's after him, he'll probably run a 4.19. Because you know how it goes when somebody's chasing you. You shift that puppy into overdrive, baby. Get off! You can't stop. See, you got that kind of speed. You're getting there. Oh my God! This is
and
no
what
DBs
Papa
in the
said
league.
about Mac Jones. How dare you, Papa? Like Mac Jones. He's worth 5 first-round picks now. Are you serious? Come on now. Don't disrespect Mac Jones like that, Ron. Are you serious? I would trade Trey Lance for Mac Jones right now, Ronbo.
My God, that's blasphemous. But Jay,
I'm
I can't believe you said
I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't, Ronbo. No, wait. Okay. Look, Ronbo. Last year when we drafted Trey Lance, that's who I wanted to draft. And it happened. And this year, hopefully, we get Mac Jones. I mean, what the fuck? Not Mac Jones now.
What's going on with you? You hope we get Christian Watson, right?
Yes, Christian Watson, yes. Please. Please, God, please, fall to us or something.
Listen, I tell you, though, Jay, be careful, man, because you know what? We're talking about Mac Jones like we did last year, and he promptly went out there and did a decent job for a rookie, extraordinary job for a rookie. Now, people need to know that boy's going to grow, okay? And as he does, don't look for him to be a wimp. So, look, better respect him now because I got a feeling we're going to have to in the next 3 or 4 years. Especially if they get a better offensive. They need more wide receivers too. Christian. I think our guy was one of the best receivers they had last year, right? And of course, that is interesting. Because as much as I love who went over there, we still, you give him some more talent, he could be dangerous and a decent running back. So we'll see. Jay, I lost you again, didn't I? Okay. Jay? All right, Jay, I'll see you Sunday. Hey, Shabazz! Shabazz?
Ronbo.
Yeah.
Ronbo. Let's talk about it, baby. Let's talk about it.
I'm talking about it, Shabazz, man. This is that time of year you start wishful thinking, and come to find out later you might be wrong. But I love all them boys is running them crazy times. And then
Listen, Ronbo. This is the perfect storm. Because just like nobody didn't grab my draft crush named Trey, they not going to come near Christian Slater. He going to be there for us.
Christian Watson.
Watson, that's what I meant. I meant Watson.
Because Slater's still in Hollywood.
They're going to take all. Yeah, they going to take, you right about that. I digress. They're going to take all them little 5'7" runs. Ronbo, this is the perfect storm brewing. Him and Trey won't miss a beat like Burrow, and Chase didn't miss a beat. But here's the most important thing, okay? We're addressing the whole thing. Griese was brought in. This is great for Trey because guess what? He's going to master play action. Griese was a master at play action. He's a master at the Shanahan offense. Okay, he knows the intricate details that he'll be able to pass over the last. Preseason, not a game. Expect a whole lot of Watson, Lance. Shanahan is going to put the deep ball on tape on purpose because, like everybody's been saying, after we light the preseason up putting deep ball on tape, Watson gets 2 or 3 touchdowns during the preseason, the NFL safeties is going to be terrified. And they're going to be back 13, 14 yards. And our run game and play action game is going – the wider field going to look like an open surface, man. This
Shabazz,
is beautiful.
And I just want to interject right there. See, people got on me on Twitter for asking for speed. Man, what are you doing, man? You disrespecting Debo and Ayuk? No, fool. No. Do you understand football? Do you know what would happen if you get that kind of speed merchant out there? They don't know.
Ronbo, that's because all the safeties is going to be backed all the way up, terrified of this kid. Because, and this is what everybody not thinking, he's 6'5".
Yes.
I don't want no 5'7" Tyreek Hill. I want that boy that's 6'5" because not only is he a deep threat, but he's a red zone threat. So when he's in the back of the end zone, all you got to do is throw it up in the air, and there it is. There it is. It's just a catch, simple catch, and come down, touchdown. They don't know no better, Ronbo. And most of the time, he's a rookie. He'll be a decoy. He ain't finna catch no. He ain't finna break Randy Moss's record. But just the fear, like you said, of the defense. The fear of the defense having a bag back, and if he takes a safety or two with him, what that's going to leave for Ayuk or Kittle or Debo over the middle, or even a quick read option run, they don't know football, Ronbo, like you said. He's perfect for our offense. He's perfect. He's perfect.
See what I'm saying?
He's perfect.
You know?
He's perfect.
It didn't take an Einstein to figure that out.
The best thing that happened was all them little 5'7" and 5'10" guys ran fast times because that's going to leave him right to us. We're going to be able to get him and maybe Dalvin Cook's brother. And if we be able to get both of them too, watch out. Watch out.
Dalvin Cook's brother? What position does he play?
Yep. Running back. You didn't see him?
I have not been able to watch like I wanted to. I've got to go back and watch these things. I watched the wide receivers just yesterday. And I says, stop lying. And them clocks, you guys need some new watches out there. That ain't true. It is true.
Yeah. Yep. So don't worry about it. Look, everybody's like, we don't have a first round pick. Shut your whining up. We got a ton of picks. We don't need no first round pick. The first round pick, we're good to go. Everybody's crazy, man. Kittle wasn't no first round pick. Debo wasn't no first round pick.
No, that's true. But Shabazz, here's the thing: we don't pick until damn near the 3rd round. See, what I'm looking at is this. I'm saying, all these prime time, these dudes look like they're just ready to roll. At pick 60, it could be a little thin. I don't know how thin with who, but somebody could make a mistake.
Debo went to the 2nd round. Metcalf went to the 3rd round. Ronbo, be easy. He gonna be there. And Lynch and Shanahan. Lynch is gonna brew up something. We're gonna get who we after in this draft. Trust me. Everybody that we want in this draft, we're gonna get. Right. Trust me. We got enough competition. We got enough compensation picks. Whereas somebody that don't want, that's late in the early in the 2nd round or late in the 1st round, will trade us. Trust me. It's gonna make that magic happen.
Yep. Because a lot of teams have other needs, and a lot of teams still won't do anything less than trade for what you need instead of trade what the best player is.
Right. Right.
So-
So don't worry about it. Listen, he will be in an honors uniform because everybody will be like, well, we don't want no D2, D3 player like they didn't want Les. Great. Leave them alone. They're not even using common sense. Leave them alone. And Ronbo, ain't nobody finna take all them receivers.
All right,
Ain't
that's what
nobody
I'm
finna
saying.
take no slew of receivers. They're
'Cause
going to
there's
be
other
there.
needs.
Ain't nobody finna take them.
You need offensive
Right.
linemen could
Who
have
needs
a
a
priority
receiver?
over them. That's true. Shabazz,
Right.
you might as well, while you're
Amar-
at it, though,
Amar-
now, if you're sitting in the 49ers big room or in the brainstorming session, they're going to say, okay, now, there's receivers out there that we could actually benefit our offense. But at the same time, we do have an extreme need for cornerback help. And, of course, you know that we're not going to continue to be able to go on our right side the same way we were with that offensive line the way it is. So now this is the thing, Shabazz, because these are the sexy picks we're talking about right now. What are some of the things, and I wish they wouldn't have to address these things. I wish I could go get a free agent offensive lineman because I know he's polished and I know what he's about. I wish I could get a cornerback out of
Ronbo,
free agency, you know.
I tagged you today. I don't know if you've seen another big boy that ran like a 4.8, a big boy, tall tackle that the Niners can go after too. That's from a small school, and they known for take 320 pounds moving. So they're going to address that.
Wait.
Of course, tackle.
Is that dude who was on that
Go
went
ahead.
viral?
Yeah, yeah, that dude. Because listen, Ronbo,
He
the
weighs
draft is always what
337,
it is.
fam.
Fam, he was 330. He wasn't 320.
He's
He
337.
was 340 pounds moving like that. Oh,
Listen,
that's ridiculous.
Shabazz, he's potentially number 1 or 2 pick already. Is that
What they're saying?
Yes. I read that. I said 337 pounds runs what? And look at that physique.
Right. Right.
What's this
But you know
freak?
what? I don't know that, Ronbo, because I don't know why that may be true. Because you can't believe these writers because they're smoke
I know
they're
they be
blowing.
tripping.
They're gonna look at him as what he is. He's for the run. They're not gonna look at him for the pass. Well, who runs the football more than us in the NFL? Nobody. Trust me. Ronbo, Lynch and Shanahan is cooking up a storm. That's all I got to say. And we're gonna be happy after this draft. You think we was happy after last year's draft, and you think we was happy when we got Bosa and Debo worked out. They cooking up a storm. Ain't nobody, Ronbo, he not going in no first round. We might trade up and get him in the second round.
I tell you.
I'm telling you, he's not going in no first round. Because you got to think about this. The rest of the NFL is going to be looking at him as, oh, he's a run lineman. He's a run lineman. Right. Right. He ain't perfect for y'all.
Shabazz,
But I know who he's perfect for. But I know I got to get out of here.
I love
Ronbo.
it, man. I always love to believe in the things that you believe in, and I'm believing in this. You know I'm believing in this. All right, man.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
The NFL they're gonna overlook him because they're gonna be like, why do we need a tackle that's fast? You don't need him, but I know somebody that like to run sweeps that need him. I know somebody that could use an NFL lineman that fast. So yeah, I'm gonna check back in Sunday, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to
Thanks,
production. Man. I'm just excited. Hey, it's gonna be Christmas all over again, baby.
Looking forward to it, Shabazz. I love it. All right, fam. See you Sunday.
See you Sunday.
I tell you, man, that's it. And Big Show says Calvin Austin, whom I told you about, I remember that. I kept all those things. In September of 2021, ran a 4.32. Alec Pierce, 4.33. And Tiquan, show's been knowing about Tiquan. Tiquan or Tiquan? Anyway, show's been knowing about Thornton for a long time. 4.21, all easily obtainable. You know, there is some truth there because being fast and there's been how many fast guys have come in the NFL and disappeared after the draft. So there is something to be said about that. And Kyle is one a common sense, not a common sense, but Kyle's really in his thinking. He's going to be very footballish, like OG footballish. So Kyle said, "So he can run. So damn what? He can't run no routes. I need people who can run routes. I have a lot of timing patterns. I need people to do the right thing." So, you know, you got to worry about Kyle because the go route ain't Kyle's favorite. It's really not. Hey. This is perfect. Here comes Tony. Tony, get in here and talk about how you guys are campaigning to get Christian.
Mr. Ronbo,
Yes.
Ronbo, how are you?
Oh, fabulous.
I'm just laughing. I've been trading back and forth with Chad Garrison, giving them some drafting, some corners. Like I was going to tell you about these two guys from Washington University of Washington, both coming out. Trent McDuffie,
Yeah.
5'11", 195. But Ronbo, I really like this Kyler Gordon, 6'1", 205. Y'all need to check him out, Ronbo. They got him as a projected second to third rounder.
What, is this a wide
I
receiver?
like him. No, he's a corner.
You know what? You're talking about the guy I was looking at the other day. I didn't watch it long. Is there another one at 6'4" that's got, I mean, flexibility, agility, makes no sense at his size. Do you know?
You talking about that safety Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame?
Is that him? I said
gonna go in the top
6'4", and what are they saying about him?
He's 6'4".
I said, really?
Kyle Hamilton, 6'4", 220. He's going to be a top 10 pick.
See, the freaks are growing up. This generation is emerging. This is going to become the norm, Tony. Big
Did you see
kids
all
who
those
can
wide
run very
receivers?
fast.
Oh, my goodness. Ronbo. Christian Watson ran the third and the fourth fastest times at the combine so far. Because, you know, they run twice.
I know. And then they average it out and give you an official time.
Yeah, because I thought, I said, okay, he's going to run about a 4.4, 4.43. Because I saw that guy, the guy from Baylor, Tiquan Thornton, ran that 4.21. That was the first one.
You can hear the
Chris
fire engines.
Olave, Ohio State, ran 4.26. When Christian Watson ran that 4.28 on his first time, I'm like, oh, my God.
He was
At
jamming.
6'5", a 4.28?
And the thing is, he was swallowing up ground at a pace that there's no DB in the NFL or any place else. If you don't back up, you're dead meat. I said, oh.
And Ronbo, his second run, that was the third fastest time, the 4.28. And then he ran the fourth fastest time at 4.31 on his second run.
Didn't even
we
look
got
like
to take him.
And did you notice how didn't even look like he was working hard? That's natural for him.
And if you seen his tape, Ronbo, his stride, I'm not comparing him to Randy Moss by no means, but Ronbo, he separates from the defensive man like Randy Moss. That separation speed. He's got the hands. He knows how to go get the ball when it's in the air. And you know what? The NFL Network wasn't talking about him, and I'm glad. I don't want him talking.
I know, right?
About him.
There's a lot of guys you don't want to don't talk about him. For those of us who've been watching, but everybody's going to know. He's going to end up in either Dallas. Just to make us mad. Because if Chad Garrison's right about Amari, and that makes sense because Amari's too expensive, ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, they're going to get rid of him. Yep.
Yeah, what if he ends up in places like Dallas or
say that, Ronbo.
Or the Cardinals in my division? Rams.
He's not
if he goes to the Rams, no. I don't believe it.
No. He's not projected to go in the first round.
Teams who have first-round picks.
We're not going to take him in the first round, but we got, in the second round, we're sitting pretty. We got pick 43 in the second round, pick 58 in the second round, the Julio pick. And then we're about to get this other second-round pick for Calvin Ridley. So, oh, man, I hope you don't go in the first.
Who's going to be first?
I think you called this. Go ahead.
I was going to say, which of these guys, which one's going to be the first one to go in the draft, though? There's going to be only a couple of, I figure, going in the first round because people have other needs.
Exactly. They're talking about that Skylar Moore out of Western Michigan who ran fluid, looked pretty good. He's pretty good. I've seen him play. He's pretty good. They said he boosted stock. But they like that wide receiver out of Georgia, George Pickens. A lot of Falcons fans like him, too. I'm like, dude, Christian Watson, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't like that when they be wanting their hometown players because a lot of times those don't work out. Those situations don't work out.
Tony, you never sell that to a 49er fan because Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady went on to do great things.
That's true. That's true.
But your point is also valid as well. There's some guys at Stanford that haven't worked out well,
too. A lot of times.
Yeah.
Ronbo, I also like this tight end. I've seen him play too. Greg Dulwich out of UCLA, man. He ran a 4.61, which is good for tight ends. But I like him the way he plays.
Yeah. Speed's the asset. You need skills. If you can also move at a
yeah.
high rate of speed, that puts you up higher on the draft scale. But yeah,
I'm just nervous now because after the combine, remember I was talking about us getting Christian Watson with our second first-round pick.
mm-hmm.
Shoot, he might go before 58. I just hope he don't go in the first round. And Ronbo, that would piss me off as Dallas, or you call this one when we talked about Green Bay or Kansas City at the end of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that would make me so mad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That would
because
make me so because I know they got other needs.
You know, as much as Devontae, as much as Aaron says, listen, you guys can mess with me and not bring Devontae back, but I will do whatever I need to do to make sure that pressure is applied in a way where you better not do it. I can see, I can see Rodgers sitting there throwing threats. That's his bread and butter, dude. Aaron Rodgers is not Aaron Rodgers last year with 13-3 without Devontae. No, he's not.
Oh man, I hope Green Bay don't take him. Yeah, don't. There's all these FBS receivers in Division I. Take one of them. There's plenty of them.
Mm-hmm.
Take the guy from Memphis. Ran a 4.32. Take him.
There's so many, Tony. This class is just blessed with speed. And don't let them be good.
Yep.
This will be one of the greatest wide receiver classes in a long time. If only 3 or 4 of them pan out, that's woo-wee.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you hear about the Washington Commanders offered multiple first-round picks for Russell Wilson, and Seattle turned them down today?
Multiple first-round picks.
Yeah, they didn't say how many.
Yeah,
because Carroll turned it down.
I'm shocked. That means that's it. Don't call there no more. That's it. Russ stays in Seattle.
Yeah.
I had a feeling. Yeah. Anyway. All right, Tony. I'll see you Sunday and see what else develops in the NFL
Ronbo,
world.
good. Yeah, so good talking to you, Ronbo. Check out that corner from the University of Washington, Kyle Gordon. 6'1", 205. He's a beast.
And I know that's what Kyle's doing, and John. So,
Yes, sir.
may as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tony.
I'll talk to you Sunday.
Looking forward to it.
Take care.
Have a great night. See, here's another thing, fam. See, obviously, the picks we want, the position we're talking about here, we need a speedster, but we have 2 of the most premier and going to own the league shortly in Debo and Ayuk. And Jawan Jennings, you see that film where he was actually stuffing the ball? I didn't know Jawan had hops like that, man. Boy's up there slam dunking. I'm saying, ooh, God, okay. Hey, Tony. Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony. Good to hear from you.
You got me.
Yeah? What do you do? You're in the middle of a beverage.
Brain freeze.
Oh, Brad?
Nah.
Ice cream?
I was eating ice cream.
I do the same thing. You put that glass in the freezer and chill it. You bring that beer that you've had just sitting there chilling in the fridge for hours. You pour it down. And like an idiot, like I do, you just splash down a big gulp. All the way to your eyeballs, that brain freeze just goes right through your body. I love it. Hey, but Tony, okay, so like Brian Griese has come on to be the quarterback's coach. Love to hear your opinion on that, especially because Tony he holds a lot of our quarterbacking situations suspect, and he's right. And then, of course, hey, Tony, I'm looking at some of the speediest wide receivers in the draft that I've ever seen. And a number of them, not just 1 or 2. I had more than half a dozen. So, Tony, are we going to get one? Or are we going to be sticking to what we need to do is get a cornerback? What are you thinking about all that?
I don't think we're going to get one. We've got no first-round pick. So what we need to do is work out how we're going to defend against these guys.
Look at Tony. He comes in and puts it in perfect perspective. It's absolutely right. That's so right. See, amplify.
I mean, I think combinations, I've said to you before, on the field are more important than anything else. And if it's speed that we need, like I said, the speed is probably we're gonna need in a safety and a defensive back so they can chase these guys down and tackle them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think.
Tony, have you been watching the combine though? Anybody know, because I've been watching, anybody know if the cornerbacks have ran the 40 yet? That's an excellent point. Find the anti-speedster and get a cornerback to run them times. You're right.
I mean, look at this, Ronbo. What time was Jerry Rice? How fast was Jerry Rice? Jerry Rice was
slow
like that, a
as molasses.
4.5, 4.6.
Yeah. But how many people caught him from behind? Yeah.
There you go. So, therefore, give me game speed over your, combine any day of the week. I'll take it.
Yeah, the underwear Olympics.
Juwan Jennings in full flight. Deebo Samuel in full flight.
Yeah.
Very hard to stop.
Damn hard.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you've got the defensive backfield to nullify these guys' runs, where the bloody hell are they going to go? I mean, we did it for 3 quarters against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl until Kyle Shanahan shit himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's physical evidence. And the Kansas City Chiefs, you know, Tyreek Hill or whatever the hell that kid's name is.
That's not really. He's got they got another guy next to him too. I keep forgetting his name. He's not famous for that. It's funny because if I forgot his name, that means he's probably not famous, right? He's Tyreek Hill's understudy. You know, he helps scare the defense. So while Hill's running his route, because he's a prime target.
I mean, and now we've got Trey Lance. So according to all of us, you know, Shanahan's playbook has to be different this year because you've got a quarterback that can extend plays and have time for these guys to get open in the backfield. But I'm not really worried about that. I'm more worried about safety, corner, you know, and things like that. I mean, you said to me last time, why would you get a safety? I'm thinking to myself, well, what happens if Kwaski T goes down? And
he's going to go down. Every year he goes down. At least a minimum of 4 or 5 games.
You know what I'm saying? So they're my areas of concern. But as far as the quarterback coach goes, yeah, it's a normal Shanahan move, isn't it? Someone that he's had before.
I know. But actually, he hasn't. I mean, he's worked with him. He knows who he is. His dad knows him, you know. And maybe Mike and Kyle, maybe they talked that over. He says, you know, that move that they just did by throwing Brian out of that booth, you might want to give him a conversation. You think so? Hell yeah, that's a good idea. And that's probably how that even was born.
I think Shanahan's like, Kyle, look, he's not at the combine, you know. I mean, he's too scared to go anywhere. He's at the combine, people could be walking past, hey, Shanny, McVay stuck one up there, eh? You going to get back to him next year?
Can you imagine coaches out there doing that to each other? And Kyle doesn't have a sense of humor about that kind of thing. Because you can tell you can only go so far with Kyle as far as messing with him, right? So, you know, that would be hilarious.
I mean, I genuinely think that guy's not making any appearances just because of that reason. People are going to start asking him questions. Is it, what's his name that went to the Dolphins? Ronbo?
Mike McDaniel.
McDaniel. People are going to say, hey, Shane, is it McDaniel's turn this year?
And now that McVay has already finally come back to redeem himself after Kyle just spanked him for 3 years, you know, it's just really.
And then after McDaniel beat you, Robert Saleh would have finally got his team together. He'll probably win a Super Bowl before you too.
Robert Saleh's got draft picks, and they're high in the picking. I think they're 1-2. Look for them to pick up one of these bullets and put them in their offense. I don't know. They may need secondary help, but I think they got more than one first-round pick, too. So, you know.
I like this guy called, just because of his jump ability. He's not that fast. I think he's called, his name's Drake London.
I haven't checked him out yet. Is it
Drake London? He's a tall boy, but he used to play basketball. No, he's a receiver.
He is a receiver. Because somebody just told me about a tight end that's got leap hops like that, too.
And I watched this guy's tape, and the 50-50 balls, 98% of the time he comes down with them. He just got that basketball type reach, you know what I mean?
You know, probably goes up with one hand
Like
and
he's
snatches it down like a basketball too. And when you do that, that gives you more height, on your leap.
Yeah,
Tony?
but
Anyway, Tony, we're gonna have to pull up. I tell you what, I'll be looking for you Sunday. That's Monday your time, right? Yeah. Okay. If you got time for us. All right.
Yeah.
All
All right,
Tony.
brother. Shout out to everybody, and see you in the next chapter. I'll
Appreciate that.
try and get
Appreciate
another
that.
break, please.
All
Continue
right. Be careful
finishing
with
my
that ice
ice
cream.
cream.
Exactly. Is it Rocky Road or is it vanilla? What's your favorite flavor?
Vanilla.
Oh God. Here you go. All right, Tony. Enjoy that ice cream. I'll see you
All
Sunday.
right. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Oh God. Hey, Bryant.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bryant.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. How are you? It's
Good,
Friday, so I'm always doing good on Friday.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it was that time of year when we started watering at the mouth of what could be, and making bad judgment calls and overestimating people. But it's fun to do that, Brian, and we're never going to stop doing that. Just like I said last year. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Let's just pay not much attention or not serious attention to the media, starting from February and March, and here I am doing it again. But Brian Griese is now going to take charge of Trey Lance's training, and also, do any of those wide receivers appeal to you? And are you going to be heartbroken like some of us if we don't get not one of them?
Okay, so to name off Brian Griese, I think that's awesome for the Shanahan tree. That's no surprise really to think that anybody related to Shanahan, not related, but in some way around Shanahan, his dad or him, is potentially one day going to become a 49er coach or player or analyst or advisor. So that's interesting, very interesting. For me, I would have thought, maybe because the guy's been begging for it for a long, long time. And I know some people are going to squinch when I say this, and some people are going to be like, yeah, that makes sense. Jeff Garcia would have been a great quarterback coach for Trey Lance.
I was wondering where you're going with that. You're right. Jeff has been asking to come in and help ever since. This goes all the way up to Harbaugh.
Yeah, and he's definitely a Niner forever. Even though he's been on every other team in the NFL, he's a Niner at heart. And I think with Joe Montana and Steve Young, I think there is a lot of there's that grudge thing that they got going on. So I think if the Niners go with Joe or if they go with Steve, I think it's just going to piss off the other one. But I think Steve Young would have been great with Trey Lance. I think Joe Montana would have been great. But honestly, I think Jeff Garcia would have been the way to go. Now, as far as what you've said it for a long time. Yeah, I agree with you. We've come to talk to get somebody who can just get that deep threat. Even if you don't throw the ball to him, he's legitimately scary. And if this is Trey Lance's friend in college, wide receiver, and get him. The Niners got the capital. Trade up and get him. And honestly, they're going to do what they got to do. And all right, I'm going to say it too. I'm big, I like Jimmy, but I also like Trey Lance, and I like the Niners more. Most importantly, it's the Niners. But we need to cut Jimmy. We need to do right by Jimmy. If we cut him before the year league starts,
and let him go ahead and do his own shopping around, yeah, that would be right.
Right.
That would be nice.
Right. Let him do his own shopping around. Don't worry about taking anything. Now, supposedly, we're going to get a $7.5 million cap hit because of his injury. Clause.
Yep.
But that's when he goes into surgery because he won't be able to pass a physical for 16 weeks. Then we're going to get I want to say it's $17 million or somewhere around there back when Jimmy's off the books. Now we're $4 million under the cap right now. So that drops us down to $14 million or something around there. So we'll have a little bit of money to play with people. And with Ward restructuring his contract, and if Kwasi Tart wants to come back next year with same Stillmer deal he did this year, even though he gets hurt, they both have but we need to definitely get a corner. We need a corner. And Jason Verrett's good. But if he gets hurt, he's got to have one of those deals too. It's dude, if you get hurt, we can't pay you all out. This has got to be one of those things. And Mostert, we got to sign Mostert back. So that's my thought.
You know, I'm hardcore on the Mostert train too. It's going to be, you know, you look at Mostert, you look at DJ Jones. You see, this is why people say, you know, you guys need to stop falling in love with players. It's about the name on the front, not the back.
Yeah.
I said, you know,
Right.
okay, I can't. You know, I need players that I know I can trust to win and beat people. So.
Yeah, you got to keep a core of people together, because when you start trading everybody off, you know, then you got, you know, somebody different next year, and you don't know him like you knew the guy the year before, or maybe so you got to keep guys together, and that's how you build that window. You got a core group of guys that are really good, and you keep adding to that, you know, because here and there people fall off, but you got to keep a core group. So when people are talking about possibly trading Kittle because he's a Jimmy supporter, didn't Kittle go to Las Vegas or something like that with Trey Lance for his birthday? I mean, I don't understand what I don't understand what people are saying. Kittle's not going to be on board. Kittle's going to get shots down.
Sure, he is. He's a
He's
professional.
not going to get taken out of the One thing
you know
Jimmy
what?
did.
But the thing is, if you're going to go on that, you're going to get rid of half the roster. Jimmy, everybody in the friggin' room supports Jimmy. So there's nothing strange about that. You know, so,
no.
You know,
but that's because that's that core group of guys. That's that core group of guys that's been together since 2017. And they got on that 5-game winning streak, and everybody's like, oh, we got a quarterback with Jimmy. Then he gets hurt the next year, and then they're like, crap, we can't win. And then the next thing you know, they go to the Super Bowl the next year, and they're like, Jimmy G, baby. And then after that, you know, he gets hurt again. And every time he gets hurt, then the team, like, cripples themselves, and they go into this.
And we got to lose, you know? Cause,
so this is the thing with Trey Lance. If Trey Lance is going to be the quarterback this year, is Kyle really going to open up the offense, and are we going to start really doing a bunch of deep shots? Because if we do deep shots and we score really quick, we're not going to have that 10-minute drive, are we? Are we going to be really a high-powered running offense, or are we moving to more of a deep shot offense?
Everybody thinks that. I don't know if Kyle's going to dramatically change it. Trey's going to change it because he's a different style quarterback. But the concepts of Kyle Shanahan's system, those are very difficult to defend.
It's not really the same. It depends on the quarterback that he has, because it's like with Jimmy, he really held Jimmy back, I think, a little bit, because a lot of people said Jimmy's a gunslinger at heart, and he comes out, and even though he'll throw a couple interceptions, I think if he throws an interception at the beginning of the game, he plays better the rest of the game because he's got it off his back.
He proved that a few times, but still.
But with that, you know, it's like you know, Kyle, he doesn't open up the whole offense because he's not playing Madden, and if he doesn't think that guy can go out there and do that, you know, he's not going to call that play. So I think with Trey coming out,
go back and look at footage of Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, they did a lot of play action and a lot of things. Well, they did a lot of play action and things like that too, though. As a matter of fact, it was mainly play action, and and Kyle got away from that. And Jimmy's highest percentages were off of play action. Now I don't know why he did that. Brian, we had to sit into a room and ask him questions and say, Kyle, this was successful, this was worked, but why did you go away from that? I'd love to hear what he'd say. You know, I don't know. So we'll see what he does with Trey.
Jimmy, I think they're both very similar, but I think Matt Ryan just had that deeper ball, you know, and where he could throw it deeper. And I think they would have won. Yeah.
No, and he had Julio. You know, this is the other thing. We haven't had receivers that can handle that kind of thing. But Brian, I'm getting grief from production. Bring us back on the weekend, because it's going to be fun to talk about how Trey's game is going to be designed. It's going to be interesting. So, all right.
Oh, yeah. I'll come back. And you know, once again, you know, it's like you said, it's not the name on the front, it's the name on the back. So if you don't have a personalized jersey, I recommend all the faithful go get you a personalized jersey, because they can't trade you.
Good stuff. All right, Brian, give my best to family.
All right.
See you Sunday.
All right.
He's got a good point. I'm done buying jerseys. I'm telling you. Because as soon as you buy it, you know, it's almost you put the thing on the player and he leaves, or something worse happens. Yo, Ellis.
Okay. Wow, I'm Bizzle.
Ellis, Niners fans take over stadiums. Rams fans take over small parking lots. Daddy Dennis, that's the award.
They take over porta potties.
We're going to be bitter about this for a long time, aren't we?
I mean, only because they're hella weak, man. You know, they you know, y'all got picked to win, man. Y'all got y'all got the you know, I already said it, man. Y'all got what's the name treatment.
Let's
Ray Lewis.
let's go ahead.
Y'all got the Ray Lewis treatment, man.
Yeah. Anyway, fam. Hey, about Brian Griese coming in as your quarterback's coach. Is that, you know, I may be overreacting to it, but I'm trying to understand how he's going to come in with no experience as a coach. There's one thing knowing about the game, having played it, you know, because else would you go in and volunteer and tell people, look, I can play quarterback. I can help you with Trey, you know, but you have coached though, haven't you?
You know what? Surprisingly, no, not yet. I haven't, but I have been looking into it and thinking about it. And I do some work, you know, with my son and with my stepson, who's currently in college. He plays for Sierra College, where Brandon Ayuk went before he went over to Arizona State. Yeah. So, but you know, not full time, or it's not like what I'm actually doing right now. But I definitely have been thinking about it, because I love the sport so much, and you know, I'm so involved and I'm so passionate. I feel like it's something I will
I believe
like
that,
to
but
take
my
up.
point on that question was, do you really feel like you could go out and really, like the guy's been out there coaching for years? They come this Coach Ellis is going to take over as Coach Brandon is leaving. And he's got a lot of experience, guys. But as we go along the way, he's one of the better quarterbacks, and we think we can show you guys. You know, you're going to come in now, and there's some lumps and bruises you got to go through from knucklehead players, because we had plenty on my team. You know, see, there's more to coaching than just walking out there and knowing what you're doing and talking about, right? So I'm wondering how Brian's going to handle this.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna. Because he hasn't done it in a really long time, as far as just playing, and he's kind of been on the sideline doing that, you know, or being an analyst and, you know, whatever with ESPN and, you know, talking and stuff. I don't know how well he works with other people. You know, you have to have, like, you know, in being a teacher, you have to have various ways that you're able to teach. You know, because everybody doesn't connect with the same form of tutelage. You know, if you don't have the right you know, attributes to allow you to be you know, a versatile coach, and then you're dealing with people that sometimes only know how to learn in a certain way and are one-dimensional in their function. You have to be able to you know,
give them avenues
find a way to get through to a person like that. Yeah, to assist them, you know, or you're no benefit to them, and you know, the situation never blossoms. So I'm hoping that, you know, Griese will be good for Trey. I think he'll be better than Scangarello. Shit, what does Scangarello do? Where the hell what? I mean, you know, regardless of his you know, history and what he's done, I mean, I didn't really see any benefits. You know, Jimmy played better when there wasn't a QB coach in 2017. He looked better. He looked better then. Well, where the hell was Scangarello then? What was he doing then? He was on the Eagles, wasn't he?
That's true. Yeah.
He was on the Eagles, yeah. So, I mean, I don't think Scangarello had anything to offer, to be honest. He's probably one of those guys that never actually even played football or played a position. You know, there's certain people that can coach a position that they haven't played, and there's some coaches that can coach even if they've never played the sport. But it's very rare that you can do it to a high level and do a great job at it. I'm not going to say it never happens, but in this case, Scangarello is cheeks, and we had no benefits, you know, going on there. And like I told you before about the story of me I had a really great QB coach that was from San Rafael that came and oversaw me in my sophomore year, and as a sophomore, I threw for like, you know, almost 2,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? That was my QB coach was an experienced coach. He was really good. We watched film during the week. His girl would prepare meals for us, and I had a really close bond and relationship with him. And not having my dad there, that was a really it was very keen for me. But then my junior year was different, because I had, you know, once he had left and I had the varsity coach, QB coach that was coaching me, he never played the sport. He just had bad breath and talked about Joe Montana all day. So I can't benefit from anybody like that.
The second time you mentioned that.
Yeah, no. Oh, it's scarred. I'm scarred. I'm scarred. I can smell it now.
I can see that.
But yeah, man, look, Christian Watson, Ronbo, I saw him run a damn jet sweep for NDSU, and I mean, talk about moving. If you can look at some film or watch him do some, I watched highlight tape on him. That boy is impressive, man. If we can find a way to get him, that would be great for the team. We definitely need. I feel like that's the one. Like how you talked about we need somebody to take it off the top. Somebody can, because if we got him, then who's going to guard Debo? Who's going to guard Brandon? Who's going to guard George? I mean, it's over.
Huge key to success. And if they lag,
it's over.
That ball's flying downfield, and there's Watson laughing and running in the end zone. There's just so many reasons to get that kind of guy. Fam, we gonna run out. I'll see you Sunday, and see what else develops here.
Yeah, that's a bet, Ronbo. John, I just hope Kyle really makes some good decisions. And the last thing that I want to say, Ronbo, Kyle has a weakness that I see, and it's comfort. He always likes to be comfortable. Everything and everybody he brings in has to be somebody that's known him, that he's worked with, that his dad worked with, his dad was overseeing, a player that his dad coached, all of this other stuff. And I don't know, man. It just seems like
you got
to take the binky out your effing mouth, Kyle. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get, because this year we can't play around. We got the fifth part of schedule, so he can't be BSing. But yeah, brother Ronbo, appreciate you always for the platform. And man, shout out to production. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, man. Wipe your feet. Shout out to Marketing Slow and Ready to Blow over there. Y'all go ahead, man, and put your head in the toilet, man. Give yourself a swirly. Anyway, I'm out of here.
That's right, Ellis. Shout out to the squad.
Always, family. Thank you.
Give yourself a swirl. I like that. I got to use that. I'm gonna use that again. KC.
Robert, was that you?
It might be.
Is that you, Robert? It's been so long, man.
I realize I have been MIA, but yes.
Monday was tough. By Tuesday night, we had a power outage. I had a blanket covering me. I was shaking. I was sweating, trying to get my Ronbo sports. I had to wait all through the night. I passed out. I woke up in the hospital Friday morning. I just made it out, Ronbo.
Casey,
I don't know what happened Wednesday and Thursday night, but
the adventures of Casey is like, you don't need to do one of those virtual movies, right, where the camera just stays trained on you. Watch Casey. This guy's not going to have a normal day. He's like everybody else. Watch.
It's not a normal day. You know what's funny, Ronbo? I'm up a lot in blackjack tonight, and I never play blackjack. I keep it as a rainy day sort of back pocket kind of thing, and I left the casino and it just happens to start raining and snowing, so I don't know. It's just, that's how it works, I guess.
That's an omen, Yeah. Good. Yeah. No, blackjack is the most ridiculous game. If you go into Vegas or any place else like that, you should go to blackjack on your last few hours or day, because you can lose. Oh, Casey, you probably figured it. You can lose a lot of money playing blackjack. And
I don't stay very long, Ronbo. I just try and hit it and quit it, toot it and boot it.
About, okay, I'll stay. You stay, I stay. Okay. Oh, hit me. Oh God, damn. Okay. I lost again.
Then you get back up to the room and you want to go back down again. Oh, Ronbo!
Because you always think your luck's going to change.
Better luck next time. It's all about timing, Ronbo. You just gotta, some days you feel it, some days you don't.
Yep. Well, Casey, you got a new coach, and Kyle's, I don't know if he's gambling or not, but Brian Griese, who none of us know anything about. We're not going to be able to know anything about him, Casey, until midway through the season.
No, I remember him. Ronbo, I was born in 91, so I barely remember him. But I remember he was pretty good. He had his moments.
Yeah, but as a coach, though, he's been MNF.
I think he's good. I think he'll have good chemistry with Trey.
Yeah, they probably talked on the phone already.
I think he'll be there. I think it's an upgrade
from Scangarello. Yeah, nobody likes Rich. Because it's hard to judge the work these people are doing behind the scenes like that. Mike McDaniels had a lot to do with the run game, and the run game was fun to watch, right? What are the position coaches? You got D'Amico out there, and you got your defense doing crazy things. Quarterbacks coach. I mean, I feel like that's a tough job.
Yeah, I feel like with this team, I mean, short of someone that's like a Wes Welker that shows up. Isn't Kyle the quarterback coach? Like, you know what I mean?
No, Kyle, I don't think so.
Because Kyle used to play quarterback.
He's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer, though. I know what you're talking about, though. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he used to play quarterback and wide receiver, right? So.
Well, I know he played wide receiver. You remember that film, Standing on His Roof with Joe Staley, right? And Kyle threw the ball all the way across the street to the next building on top. Kyle, where'd that arm come from? He works out in practice as a quarterback too, though. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think he'll take more steps this year. I think that last game versus the Rams really, showed us a lot of what Kyle's becoming, and hopefully he at least gets them back to the NFC Championship again this year.
Yeah, that's what everybody's hoping. Because if we're gonna make all these changes, hope it doesn't hurt the team. We still got a lot of those guys are Super Bowl ready.
It was a fun season last year. I'm still happy with last season.
Yeah,
I mean they went from 2-4,
3-5
to the NFC Championship, feeling like the best team. So.
I still think we were.
I mean,
we just got hurt as usual. We can't get hurt.
Yeah, I think we were. I think they were too. I think going into that Rams game, they were. But I mean, it's any given Sunday, and I don't know. I gotta watch the tape. Maybe, give credit where credit's due. But anyway.
Hey, and Casey, there's a lot of speedy guys. And like every year we go through this. At least I do. Right. That sexy pick is a wide receiver. It's always the sexiest pick. Cornerbacks, I like cornerbacks, but wide receiver, there's a lot this year that just can run out of the house within seconds. Can we get one? And you got Christian Watson, who is Trey's receiver from North Dakota State. Oh, he's one of the prime students. I mean, he's prime shows in the combine this past few days. Man.
Yeah, I don't think the Niners have a real chance of getting him. But I mean, there's so many talented players nowadays. Everybody's super fast, super strong, super smart. I mean, that's kind of what we're seeing with like running backs, like late in the season. Everyone just like plugs and plays like late in the year, and like there's very rarely like max contracts and stuff. And I mean, Frank Gores don't grow on
trees now.
So.
You almost said bushes, huh? Because I know we tend to think alike. We worship the herb, so Hey, Casey, we gotta go though. Hey, I'll look for you Sunday.
Sure thing, Ronbo. I'm glad I just don't have to wait 5 days this time, man.
Casey, I gotta go one more week though. After Sunday, but that's it.
Yeah,
I'm done after that. So.
Yeah.
All right. Be looking forward to hearing from you Sunday though.
Right on, Ronbo. Always a pleasure. Have a great night, man.
Same here. Good night. Hey, boom, 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 boom. Oh, everybody knows. Production waved me off on that. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Well, Bethel, you've got a new quarterbacks coach because we didn't have one. And you're wondering how long it's going to take Kyle to go get one. And, Bethel, are you blown away by the guys in the combine this year out there setting new land records for speed?
Yeah. That's the reason why they let Amari Cooper go. Because
Jerry Jones is looking around. And perfect timing too. Because first of all, they let him go, and then the one that got hurt, that was the last year on his contract. So I don't think they're gonna. Maybe because of injury, they might not even sign him. So they're gonna probably get offensive line. And another thing people should realize that is Aaron
Sarah Donald or no? What the one from the?
Are you talking about the Rams?
The one that got the other. Shit. He had the quarterback from the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, the raging redhead.
I remember when they got him, they gave up a second round pick, a fourth round pick, and a sixth round pick for him.
Well, for Andy Dalton,
Jimmy G is
not
way
Andy
better
Dalton,
than
but,
him. Yeah.
Not Dalton.
No.
Anyway? Anyway,
Yeah.
I didn't know they gave up that kind of capital.
Yeah, that's how much they gave up. Garoppolo is way better than him, and got a Super Bowl appearance and 2 championship appearances.
Yeah.
So
Jimmy's problem is his salary. What's his name? Wasn't getting paid that much.
And another thing that's kind of funny is that I heard a guy that talks a lot of shit that says that he's porn star Jimmy.
Steve, I mean,
he talks so much shit that he wants him on his team.
for the Steelers? Stephen A. wants him for Steelers?
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Yeah. And that goes to the Vikings, too. Mike Florio has always got Jimmy's name in his mouth in a bad way. And if the Vikings were going after Jimmy G, I bet he'd go for it. Guys, kill me. God.
I know they talk so much shit, but they want him for their team.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so it's,
we're talking about Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, there we go.
They're still thinking about bringing Cam Newton back in Pantherville as well. So they don't know what they want to do. So.
And I remember for Alex Smith, we got a second-round pick for him, and he didn't even take us to the championship or Super Bowl.
True.
And we got a second-round pick for him. So, I don't know why is other teams, when they have players, they get a lot of draft picks, but when it comes to us, we can't get a good draft pick for our players?
Well, it's not over yet.
Like, come on.
The rumor's already out there, Bethel, that the 49ers are fielding offers. I don't know what kind of offers, but we'll see. We'll probably find out in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
I think this wide receiver group is pretty stacked, and so it depends on people's needs and what they need to get, because there's some actually good blockers in this draft also that I think are gonna go in the first round too.
When you say blockers, are you talking about offensive linemen?
Yeah, offensive linemen.
And how about that dude Landrum that's hurt? Yeah. He missed the combine. He's like slated as the best prospect at center in the NFL. We're going to have to do that, Bethel. That's a very important position, especially Kyle's offense. Mm-hmm. At some point, the 49ers are going to have to take seriously getting a center. Alex Mack's saying he might play another year. But wouldn't it be great to get a center there now to learn from one of the best, especially Kyle's offense? They got to be thinking like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because think about it. This year, look at all our rookies that they got in the draft. They've been practicing, so now when it comes with the new season, and they go in with Trey Lance, because they've been studying with Trey Lance throughout this whole preseason, except the 2 games that he was with the number ones. So they're probably really comfortable when they're around him. Mm-hmm. So. That's going to make a big difference also. So if it works out with the guys that we drafted last year, they probably come up, because of Trey Lance, that's going to probably make a difference also.
Let me ask you this, too. So, do you think John Lynch has actually made it clear to all of us that Aaron Banks is just fine? He even addressed the rumor of Aaron Banks is really suck. Well, John says, no, quite to the contrary. He's looking good. John Lynch, I worry about him sometimes. He's got that big grin on his face, and he says things that aren't quite true. But later on you look at what he said, and he was kind of telling the truth. Lynch could run for president.
Hey, you have to have that poker face. You when you're GM, you have to have that poker face. You know, because
Like
if you
Trent
give
Baalke,
away
who
your
never had
poker
one.
face. I seen an interview with Baalke, and he said that he loves his organization, that he's proud of what they've become, and he's giving all these praises to Niners. I'm not like, yeah, you give a lot of praises to us, but you could have done a lot better,
Yeah, and stop fighting with everybody in the front office and pissing off the coach.
Yeah.
God. Anyway, Bethel, I'm gonna see you Sunday, and let's get some more Fortnite football.
And another thing that I seen actually, I seen there's a play towards the end. The only thing that the quarterback didn't have time to throw the ball, but if he did, I seen Jordan Ramsey got his ass beat by number 1, but because the quarterback didn't have enough time, he couldn't throw it to him. But if he could have, he would have got burnt, and it would have been a touchdown.
And Ramsey would have started blaming everybody
the
on the field.
front line would have blocked a lot better. Yeah.
They got to work on that offensive line.
So,
all right, Bethel. Good point. I'll tell you what, I'll be looking for you Sunday.
All right, like always, hit punch a Debo like for Ronbo Sports. Let's go Niners.
Debo like it, that. Thanks, Bethel. Talk to you later.
All right.
And now I get to beat my drum. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, they keep catching because they know I'm having fun with that. Mr. Block Eyes, what's up, fam? Says Trey works on his touch passing. He throws missiles to our guys. I want to see what we'll do in free agency plus the draft. Should we go on signing the house? I know lots of questions, Mr. Block Eyes. But we have to trust that Kyle and company at least have all these things working. They're trying to think through it, and come up with answers. So we'll find out. Can I beat the drum now? Boom, 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 boom. George of the... George, get in here.
Ronbo.
Yes, George.
Can you hear me?
George, I can hear you.
Man, I thought you weren't going to call me, and I was like, oh, man.
No, I don't do that, George. No way, man. Sometimes the system throws people off, and I don't know why, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I would never do that.
But I was going to tell you to leave John Lynch alone because he's doing his due diligence for the best of the 49ers.
Yeah.
Ronbo, I know I didn't call Monday. I think I called last Sunday. But I just wanted to say that I know a lot of the Jimmy haters come on here and they're saying that he's not worth more than a fourth round.
Bag of popcorn.
I'm going to say that the Niners are probably waiting for the best draft choice. The best trade they can get. Sure. I'm sure they're trying to look for 2 first rounds, and I know people are going to, in the comment section or something, they're going to be like, this guy's crazy, drunk, smoking, whatever, but this is the thing. That's what the market is requiring. Nobody thought that Stafford was going to be worth, what he went for to the Rams, and he ended up getting a bowl. As much as we were still salty about it and everything, but, he won the Super Bowl.
Jimmy is not a bad quarterback by any stretch of the imagination. His problem is his salary.
And say they don't get the 2 first rounds, but they might get a first round and a second round.
Which we'd be happy with.
If we really think that Jimmy is 4th round pick wise or even later, then we can also restructure his contract big time, tell him that he's going to be a backup because obviously no other team wants him, and just tell him that they're going to go on with Trey Lance and he's going to be the backup. That would be a solid backup we would have, because he obviously knows the system. So.
Yeah, Jimmy's agent, they're not going to go for that. He's still a starter.
Of course, he's going to try to go for the best. But what I'm saying is that this is how I would respond to these fans that say that he's worth a 4th or, higher. But I really think he's going to go with, maybe 2 first rounds, because there's like 2 or 3 teams I think that have a couple of first round draft picks. So.
And there's
or
nothing
even
in
3.
the draft that's better than Jimmy at quarterback. So, even if for nothing else, you get Jimmy for a couple of years and see if the draft improves. If you don't like what Jimmy's doing, you can always get rid of him. But in the meantime, if Jimmy comes in the right situation, which I mean by that, just have a good run game and a decent defense and a wide receiver core that can get it done, he's going to win. Yeah. He's going to win.
And you can also go back to when Jimmy was drafted in 2004 and move forward and go see all the quarterbacks that went in the first round and haven't panned out. I mean, we're taking a risk on a rookie that we don't know what he's going to do, and we're risking all these round picks. So what makes you think that other teams wouldn't gamble to try to better that position?
That's true, ain't it? That is true. So we're going to find out.
And now, and I'm telling you, the only ones that have been really good is Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow. But there's other quarterbacks who are not even in the league and they were in the first round, or they're backups now, something like that. So it's what the market is asking for. It's not really that he's worth that much. It's just what the market is asking for.
I know.
I mean, a couple of years back, we made him the highest paid quarterback, and now he's like in number 10. So
I know.
It's what the market,
And the market is where it's going. Whatever anybody's getting paid right now is going to be little tiny money in about 3 years.
Yep.
So it goes on and on.
Just like what's happening right now with the gasoline, man, and all the food, everything. Like eventually it goes up, man, and you're gonna have to pay for it. So, but yeah, man. And on the coaching thing, some coaches are great when they're just analytic, and then some coaches are great who have played the game. They might have not been good in their career, but they can be great coaches.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of those too. Never played any football.
Yeah, and like everybody would say, Tom Brady should be a coach, a quarterback coach or something. Start off somewhere, but he doesn't want to do it for the same reason that that's not him, So
Hall of Famers, George, those Hall of Famers don't coach.
Yeah. And so I mean, we just gotta trust this guy. We gotta trust anybody that this regime brings. So we trusted terrible regimes we had before. I mean, come on.
Hey, George, we didn't have any choice. We didn't really trust them. We didn't have any choice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, some things pan out, some things don't. So
yeah.
But I do think Jimmy will get we'll get something really good for him.
Well, hopefully, because we need.
I think it was Bethel who stressed it out. So.
Yeah.
And but yeah, man, I just wanted to call in and let you know about that. I know people are going to say I'm crazy, but it's what the market is.
Some people, but a lot of people won't. There's lots of people who think clearly on that. Anyway, George, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna appreciate your phone call tonight, and we'll see you Sunday if you got time for us. All right.
All right, man. If I got a little time, we'll call in.
All right. Hope so.
All right, man.
Night, George.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
Good night.
Night. It's Fly Guy. Fly Guy.
What's good?
Fly Guy, man, we got a new coach that everybody's a little bit concerned about the fact that he just, Monday Night Football says, Brian, you ain't got to go home, but you got to leave here. All right? We're sorry, and we really appreciate you all down through the years, but we're moving on. We're bringing in Troy Aikman, so your job is over. Good luck to you. So what does Kyle Shanahan do? Hey, Brian, I understand you just got laid off. Listen, I didn't mean it like that. No, I want to offer you a job. You want to be my quarterback's coach? So now we got Brian Griese as our coach, quarterback's coach. And Fly Guy, I'd love to hear your opinion on that. He hasn't got any experience. Yeah. And then, hey, Fly Guy, also, you see all those guys in the combine? Of course, we shouldn't get too excited about the combine. It does this to us every year, but I do. There's guys that are running like bullets, a lot of them, not just 2 or 3,
But let me ask you a question. Who was the fastest guy last year?
Hey, wait, year before, because we didn't have the combine last year, right? See, that's what I mean about Fly Guy. See, that's a perfect time question, right? Hey,
we did have a
anybody in
combine
the
last
chat,
year.
who was the last fast guy? We didn't have one last year, but we had one the year before, right? Who was the
Yeah.
did we
Where they
have one
at?
last year? That's how bad that is.
Of course. CeeDee Lamb, them when they class, and it was last year.
No, CeeDee Lamb's was that his rookie year last year? Did we
Yeah,
have a
I believe
combine
that's
last
what
year?
We did.
See, that was a good question.
That's when,
I do not remember any speed last year. CeeDee Lamb's not that kind of fast.
Listen, that's when Kyle and John was at the combine. They was watching it on Justin Field. You forgot?
I thought that was a pro day. Okay.
Oh. It's a different. It could have been okay.
Yeah.
I might.
Hey. But anyway, the year before last, can anybody remember who was the fastest guy at the combine? Because every year, Fly Guy, somebody comes out. Is DK Met? When did Metcalf get drafted? Same year as Debo. Debo's was 3 full seasons.
Who was the fastest guy? Because you always talking about speed. Who was the fastest guy last year or the year before last year? We don't know who he is.
Hey, Jamar Chase. Yeah, but there was, I don't know, his pro day he measured fast.
Only thing I know, put the pads on and run a 4.2. That's what I can say. Put it on, and you tired as hell, and then you in a 4.2. What you're seeing is not what it is going to be like.
But you get an idea as to how fast this guy can move. Now, it does measure up because the thing is, that dude who runs a 4.3 is probably going to be a little faster than that dude running 4.4, 4.5, or whatever it is, right?
The only cheater I know is Mostert.
But that's
ain't nobody.
That's a world-class speedster, though. Let's see.
Just like he have Debo in the backfield, send Mostert deep if you need speed. That's all I can say. Send him deep. You need speed. Send him deep.
Yeah,
we got that already.
But he's not a wide receiver, and everybody knows he's not. He did catch one against the Saints a couple of years ago, but everybody still knows.
The only thing, Ronbo, you're not addressing to us since you're the leader of the group. Who's gonna be the backup quarterback, or who Trey Lance gonna back up? This is what we want to know.
And I got to tell you something, Fly Guy, that subject worries me so much. You know how things that are bothering you try not to dwell on them or think about them because it's irritating? I wish I knew, Fly Guy. I don't even have any candidates. I don't know. I just don't know.
That's why I was saying we was talking about receiver. The biggest question is who's going to be the backup, or if Trey Lance go down, who's going to back him up?
I mean, he's been down a couple of times already. They didn't play that many games. So we cannot guarantee him to play from week 1 to week 17. So you're right. There's going to be a stretch in there. Okay, you're going to like this. I'm nominated Nick Mullins.
Nah, I'm over him now. I believe Nick Mullins he's too short. That's the problem. He's a good quarterback. He's just too short. All his ball always getting batted down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
he knows the offense, though. You know, it takes a while. Jimmy Garillo, Mariota. Okay, I would take Mariota in a heartbeat. What I seen him do with the Raiders, Carr's job, as far as I was concerned, should have been. They should have competed for that but Mariota wants millions and millions of dollars. The Raiders played him $10 million.
I believe Jimmy G get traded for a first round and a second round. I mean, a first round, and we traded the first round for a second round and the third round. Then we draft a quarterback in the second round. That's what we need. We don't have a quarterback.
You did that, though. You want to draft?
We don't have a quarterback, Ronbo.
Yeah, but you can't draft one. You need a veteran now because you're gonna have two quarterbacks trying to figure out what to do.
We can trust me. We can draft one. The reason I say we can draft one is because Trey Lance gonna be the starter. We don't want to pay if we're not paying the money to get a veteran. Then we could get a rookie.
No, but you could get your Andy Daltons and things like that for not much money. You don't have to pay $3 or $4 million. You need somebody for $1.5 million worth because you got to come out there and keep that offense going.
It's not gonna work. We're gonna get a veteran that just probably never play a game in the NFL just for a backup, just to have him sit back there and say he's backing up.
That's why I said Nick Mullins.
We're gonna take another chance. Brady went late in the rounds. You never look into that.
Well, I never thought about that. It doesn't happen often. We got blame.
Yeah, it's not about how high you draft a quarterback. It's just the luck and the skill that you just happen to pick. We can get a quarterback in the second round to back up Trey Lance. Before you know, he might be the starter. Trey Lance might be
get a competitor in there. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
I mean that's what happened.
The main problem we have right now is a quarterback. That is the main problem we have. Either we're gonna keep Jimmy G, or we're gonna trade Jimmy G, and then we're gonna replace Jimmy G with a quarterback. It's gonna be whoever it is or a rookie. That's what's gonna happen, Ronbo.
You know, it's really scary. I didn't mention it because I heard it and I laughed. But during one of Matt Mayelko's podcasts, I think it was John Lynch who said, "Well, you know what? One thing, if we can't trade him, we can always let Jimmy stay and compete." And I said, "I wonder if anybody heard that."
He's just playing game.
I don't know. John Lynch is a comic.
John Lynch.
He wants to. That's to put a feeler out there. If nobody wants to offer me anything, listen. Don't think you can just offer me anything.
We don't want to trade Jimmy G. We don't want to trade Jimmy G. But you give us something, you can probably get him. But yeah.
We got to go though, family. I'm going to see you on Sunday. Hope you got some time because the question tonight. Do I remember any speedsters from last? That was awesome. I loved it. All right, fam.
Yeah.
See you later, Fly Guy. Oh, God. That's an awesome question. You remember any speeds from last year? Jamar Chase is the only person I can think of, but there were more than Jamar Chase out there. See, they do disappear sometimes after they get put on a football uniform and let one of them cornerbacks or safeties hit him, and he's laying down there looking up, and the coach is saying, "Hey, kid, you okay? Count the fingers." No, I said the fingers. Okay, get him up. Call his mom. Hey, Brian, come on in.
Finally, the law has come back to Ronbo Sports.
Brian, great to hear from you, Brian.
What it is, Ronbo?
Oh, man, we're talking about the Brian Griese hire. Yeah, we're sitting here wondering how that's going to work out. Brian Griese is our new quarterbacks coach, and I'm foaming at the mouth like I do every year. Like I did. I remember DK Metcalf. I didn't know he was that fast, but with DK Metcalf, all I knew as a dude was like he could play big, strong, and fast. I didn't know how fast, but the thing is, give me DK Metcalf in the first round, I'll be a happy guy. So I'm sitting there, and he ran the cone drills, and somebody figured Kyle didn't like his cone drills. They were hella slow. Oh, no. I know how Kyle feels about that kind of thing. And, of course, we didn't get him. But I'm happy with Debo, which was the right move. Even DK's praising Debo. But still, I'm going to go through this every year until we get one of them speedsters, right? Get me some speed up in here. Say, but Brian, your feeling on that, and Brian Griese being your quarterback's coach.
All right. First of all, I want to piggyback on the facts shit. Earlier, a caller said something. There was a discussion. I think you had a discussion with a caller about did we have a combine? Was there a combine?
Last year,
2020. There was a combine. Now, 2020, the spring of 2020, there was no combine. There were pro days, but there was no combine.
That's right.
Because remember, around December the 12th of 2019, that's when it surfaced. That's when COVID, that's when pretty much COVID started.
Okay, so you're saying there was a 2021, there was a combine last year in 2021?
Yeah, I think we had a combine last year. Now, the year before we did. 2020 we did.
No, I know that.
We did a pro day.
It was raging all season long.
We had pro day.
Players weren't even allowed to practice together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
But the Griese hire, all I can say is, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. You know. So, and you said, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Brian. I didn't know they were pushing Brian Griese out and making room for Troy. Did I hear that correct?
Football world is cruel.
Did I hear that correct?
Yeah, you did. They fired, and the rest of Monday Night Football crew members are out of here too. They're getting a whole. I don't know what made. I thought the ratings were fine. I thought everybody watched Monday Night Football. What is the problem? Why are you throwing all them people out? I don't get it.
Yeah, why?
Nobody's saying.
I mean, hey, it's, like I said, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. I mean,
yeah, true.
You know, it don't matter. Don't matter if
money.
You coach. You know, are you willing? You know, are you willing to coach? Yeah, you don't have no experience, but are you willing? You know, we ain't actually that decision. We actually do you want to coach?
Yeah.
So, what are you gonna do? Say no? You don't have a job. What are you gonna do, Ronbo? Say no?
It's true. He didn't even hesitate. I'm coming to the interview right now.
Right.
Right now. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. Can we talk?
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, he played in the league. So I mean, you know, hey, he can. If nothing else, he can impart wisdom. You know.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you gotta have a quarterback.
He is Bob Griese's son. He must know something about football.
Right. He's a legacy. Yeah, he's a legacy. So I mean, how do you say no to a Griese?
Yeah.
Because he had no experience. Well, he's gonna get some now.
We're gonna find out because I can't wait till that relationship and what it looks like. And John Lynch is gonna go around telling you notice how John's got that big smile on his face, and John will say anything that makes people feel good. He said Aaron Banks is. There's a narrative out there that Aaron didn't play because he was unable to play. Well, that's just not true. We like where he is right now. John, we like where he is right now. He uses that all the time. John, okay, can you go into detail? Because, yes, you're right. We did not think he was ready to play, and why you wouldn't let him play. So, Aaron Banks is ready to go, Brian. You believe it?
I was wondering where he was. Ronbo, I was wondering where he was. I was like, anybody seen Aaron Banks?
I got Tom Compton
put him in
and Brunskill on the right side, fam.
What's going on?
And they're getting their brains beat out. I mean, I can't see Aaron.
They said he was, they said he was an idiot and he couldn't learn the plays. Or I was like, what's the problem?
I remember that.
He's a second-round pick, Ronbo.
He's been playing ball long enough. Those concepts should not be that hard for him to absorb.
This is a Notre Dame guy. This guy was a Notre Dame. I mean, come on now. I mean, everything was negative. You know, it was like, we saw him. He had a sandwich.
Okay, Brian, he was on a program to he needed to lose some weight. He wasn't actually able to incorporate some of the things they wanted to do, was my guess. And they said, listen, we're going to put you on a weight program. We're going to train. And we're going to get you ready for this offense. Now, you may not play a lot of snaps this year, and I know you're not going to be concerned with that because the future is what we're looking at here, right? And, of course, you can talk a kid into anything, right? And then he's been working out and dieting, no Big Macs. So,
Ronbo, hey, let me discuss this too. I don't know if you heard this rumor. I think one of the 49er shows on YouTube or something. Now they got us saying that we might be looking at the Cowboys. They talking about getting rid of what's the receiver name?
Amari Cooper.
Cooper, yeah. So now they linking. Now they saying should the 49ers get Amari Cooper? I'm like, stop it. We can't. We're trying to pay Debo. Stop it.
Amari, boy, and Amari has a thing.
We can't afford Amari Cooper.
Brian, how many times do you see Amari Cooper disappear in a game? I understand why the Cowboys are thinking, you know what, Amari, you're getting paid how much? Come on, you know what? CeeDee Lamb is getting way more work done. Why? It ain't my fault they won't throw the ball to me. What? I would, at some point, you have to look at the receiver.
I'm like,
it's not going to happen.
Stop it. Come on. It's not going to happen. The Watson kid from, the coach that played with Trey Lance.
He ain't coming.
We probably not gonna get him.
No
I would love to.
No chance. No chance.
It's not gonna happen. Not with at a second round pick. With the second round pick.
He's leaving in the first round.
But
I think Ronbo. I think between now and draft time, I think the 49ers. I think they're gonna probably do overall they can to try to get up in that first round, but we don't know yet. So we just have to wait and see. Right now, our number one priority now is re-sign Debo and re-sign Nick Bosa.
Yeah. Well, that's a different assignment.
And
we're
talking
talking
about probably move Jimmy. I think and probably move Jimmy.
That's a different story though. But when the draft comes, there's gonna be those people that you just want so bad, and you ain't gonna get him. Ain't no way in the hell we're gonna get Christian Watson. Ain't no way. But I'm trying to, you still hold back the thought that maybe, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm like, you passed up on you passed up on DK Metcalf. I mean, we probably could have had him.
But I'm not
him going to Seattle.
Yeah, we got Debo. Debo's a bad boy. Even DK worshipped him a weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. I'm glad we got Debo. I mean, I'm glad, but
Brian,
I'm just saying that every time we have somebody with that combination of size and speed,
Brian,
what we
mad about is Jalen Hurd. Okay, that was the mistake. But fam, I'm gonna see you Sunday. Okay.
Looking forward to your Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to the 49ers faithful. And guess what? The law is out.
There he goes. All right, man. I was looking for you Sunday.
All right, Ronbo. Holla.
All right, man. Hey, Raul.
What's up?
Oh man, we're looking at the new QB coach and wondering, was the right move made, or was that the only move that was available to be made? I don't know who else was out there. I'm sure Kyle contemplated more than one name, but we ended up with Brian Griese. And Raul, after watching the combine so far, did it make you wonder how in the world are all these wide receivers coming out in the same year, and can we have one? And we're all entertaining the thought of, well, maybe we could get Christian Watson, let him and Trey hook back up. Oh, not going to happen, but it's fun to think about. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, right? But then again, I wouldn't really waste the second-round pick. I wonder what we're going to get for Jimmy. And it matters, and it really does matter, because if I really don't see the Niners wanting to pass on this opportunity with all these wide receivers and all these this class is not what you would say top notch like every other year. Like, how they have their blue chip players, and then they have the next level. Yeah. This one is stacked with depth, they say. So somebody is bound to fall to us, and whether it's an edge, safety, we have to pick the best player available if that's to our needs. So like if we need edge, safety, corner, or the best player that comes
when they're on the clock.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's also
the best
I
player
think
available,
I
not
think
necessarily one of the one we need, but
not
he is
but
the best
for our
player
needs,
available.
like that matchup. Yeah, where I think that's where they're gonna go. Now if they have 2 second-round picks, then they'll probably go with somebody they like. That's like a can't pass up on this guy, because I think there's going to be some people that slide in that second round. Now, if we get 1 or 2, that's what we're waiting on, I guess, and that's if everything goes right with the Jimmy G trade. Best case scenario, second round pick, maybe even a first. But hey, I'm just saying best case scenario right now is looking like a second round pick, and I wouldn't mind, because somebody has to drop with all these wide receivers testing high. If I hope they do draft all of them in the first round. That means somebody in that defense is going to drop down. That should not have gotten there. So yeah, exactly. So either we can move up, or if we get another second round pick, it'd be nice, because we will get 2 very good players, I think. So
yeah,
I think we're in a good position.
Whatever we get in the second round is going to be higher than what we got. It'll be like,
yeah,
it'd be nice to have middle of the second round would be great. Like 45 or something.
Middle second round and up would be nice.
Yeah.
But there's definitely going to be some players that fall. I just hope we get good value, and cover some of these needs. And I hope I'm sure they will. I'm sure they're doing their research,
Oh God, yeah, this guy.
Damn,
some
but
guys
I've seen a lot of players that I would like to see on. I would have seen a lot of players that I would like to see on Niner uniforms. That's for sure. So there's good depth. We'll get somebody, whether it's a speedster, tall guy, defense, offense. I think they're gonna make the right choices. And I wonder who else is gonna be on the rest of the staff. But I know they hired everybody already. They just haven't announced everybody. I guess. I think that's what John Lynch said in an interview. Yeah, they already know who's filling the positions, but they're gonna announce it next week.
Okay, but we just heard about Brian.
John Lynch said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 49ers aren't fooling around. They're busy all times. So
yeah, definitely.
Oh man.
All right, Ronbo, just calling in, man. Seeing what's up with you guys in the faithful.
Appreciate it.
When you coming back?
Sunday. Back Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
And looking for you. All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right, Ronbo. Hit them likes.
Thanks, Raul. And of course, and also, where's that guy that keeps saying ready? What's this? Ready to what? Saying things. It's almost in spam fashion. Rams will three-peat. We saw it the first time. And speaking of Rams, there is the chief chef and bottle washer of Blue and Horns. It is Rudy. Rudy, all awesome setup and everything else, but I got no sound from you. Still no sound, Rudy. Check about and Rudy just got all this gear. He just bought that an hour or two ago. You can tell, and he couldn't wait to come on and show us that championship hat. He's got Aaron Donald on, of course. Oh, God, Rudy, I hope you do finally figure this out because I got no sound from you yet. Because Jimbo Grillo, all that new gear. Rudy, we still can't hear you. What did you do differently this time? Wait, I almost heard something. Whatever you just did, hit it again. Rudy? I see the mouth working, but no sound. Rudy, you never had this problem before. One time a few weeks ago, but I thought you had this all figured it worked out. Anyway, let me read this from, is that Big Show? While Rudy's working on whatever he's working on. Big Show says, Burrow, Chase is a rare phenomenon. Just because their chemistry works doesn't mean Watson, Lance will. And look how long it took Tart, Ward to become the duo they become. Ward, Tart, known each other a long time. In fact, it goes all the way, I understand, back to high school. So that's a good point, Big Show. Thanks for that contribution. You just figure Jamar Chase and like he says, Burrow are probably not an everyday thing. Are there any other combinations in the NFL that we can think of that were in college together and did a great job? And when I say not just in college together as quarterback and receiver, but while in school, they were dominant. And I can't think of one better than Burrow and Chase. So, yeah, this is not the norm. Okay. Hey, Rudy, you know what? Production says, go ahead, hang up, call back, and we'll get you as soon as you get back in. There may have been something. It's like a reboot, right? So call us back, and let's see if we can get you. All right. So meantime, where are we going to go? Hey, it's the Chardolls. Hey, Chardol.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? Man, I really love your channel, and you make some great content on the platform, man. It's really amazing.
Thanks, Chardol. I really appreciate that too. And appreciate
you do a
calling
great
in,
job,
too.
man. Keep up the good work, man.
Thanks, Chardol. Go ahead.
So when I heard that we got this, when we got Brian Griese as our new quarterbacks coach for to replace Rich Scangarello. I think that in my opinion, I think that this was a bad move to get him, and I don't think how this will work out with him as our new, quarterbacks coach. It's probably not going to work out that well. He's probably going to get fired by near the start of the season. So for me,
he didn't even chuckle when he said that.
If this with Brian Griese doesn't work out this season, if this hire does not work out this season, fire Brian Griese, hire Jeff Garcia's new quarterbacks coach. I bet he'll be better than Brian Griese.
So
way better.
I wonder, why don't they like Jeff? Jeff's been asking for this job for years. Why don't they like him?
No, but for me, I really wanted Jeff Garcia to be the quarterbacks coach, and then they thought Brian Griese is better than Jeff Garcia. They went and got Brian Griese. Like, why did they go and get him instead of Jeff Garcia? Don't people think Jeff Garcia is a good hire? He played on the Niners for 4 years, from 1999 to 2003. 4 years, man.
We've had that said tonight,
man. This would be really exciting to get Jeff Garcia, but I'm not sure why they didn't think of getting him instead of going out and getting Brian Griese as their new quarterbacks coach. What is going on in people's minds, thinking that after that Mina Kimes Jeff Garcia incident, people don't want to hire Jeff Garcia as the new quarterbacks coach? Like, why are you so cynical? This is what I hate about people, man. People are so cynical. People don't like anybody. This is what I hate about about life in the world. This is what I hate the most, man. I'm not trying to get upset here, but people are so cynical. Seriously.
Negativity.
This is just not right. Yes. This is so bad. Why are people cynical? Tell me that. Why are people cynical?
I wish I knew. If I knew, I'd come up with a remedy or something or antidote. I don't know.
But what's wrong with people? Like, do people think Jeff Garcia's do you think he's bad that he wasn't in the race to be their quarterbacks coach, or was he? I mean, because I didn't when they found all the coaches that were considered to be like the next next hire, Jeff Garcia was not even in that list.
In that conversation,
to be one
right?
of the next coaches. He was not even in the list.
I wish I knew, because coach. Yeah, he's as I said, years ago he wanted to come in and do some coaching during the Chip Kelly. I forget which. It was either after Harbaugh, immediately after Harbaugh. It was as soon as Jim Harbaugh left. Jeff wanted to come in and help out, but the 49ers wouldn't listen.
So are you saying that they didn't want Jeff Garcia as their new quarterbacks coach, or they just didn't like him and they wanted and got Griese because they thought Griese was better?
I don't know if Jeff put his name in the hat, though, Chardal. I don't know. I'm not sure if he was interested. I think he would be if they asked him. I'm sure he'd come running over.
Because everybody, when they came to this controversy that who would be our next quarterbacks coach, we thought Jeff Garcia would be a good option. But then people didn't think of that. I mean, people didn't think that would be a good hire. He would be a good fit on this team. He would lead this team in the right direction. Playing 4 years on San Jose, the 49ers. He played 1 year in San Jose State on their football team. My school, always Spartan for life. I'll always be a Spartan. I love Jeff Garcia. He was the greatest quarterback, and he's always gonna be. People always know that. Like, I'm a fan of the faithful, so I support Jeff Garcia 100%. I love everything he does for the team. He's a leader. He motivates the team. All his players. He's a really nice person on and off the field. And for me, when I found out that Andrew Whitworth won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, why did Jeff Garcia not win the Walter Payton Man of the Year award? He has contributed things on and off the field for like the community and things like that. So I'm a little upset why they didn't pick Jeff Garcia to win that award way back when he was when he was in his prime, when he was playing for the 49ers. Because he should have won that award. That would be really exciting.
Well, yeah.
If Jeff Garcia won that award, that Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
Shut up. One question. Refresh my memory. Jeff Garcia was up for the Walter Payton Award.
No, I mean I wanted him to win it.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't win it. Andrew Whitworth won it, and he was never considered as one of the quarterbacks to win it ever.
Yeah.
And if he would have, if he was up for it, then he would have won it if he was considered to win it. Jeff Garcia.
Well, Sherdal, good things are gonna happen to Jeff. They're currently happening all the time to him. He remember he's our last Pro Bowl quarterback. So, as far as going to the Pro Bowl, so, things aren't all that bad for him. He'll be okay. But meanwhile, we're going to have to go. Sherdal, how about we see you on Sunday? And
hey, Ronbo, it was really nice calling into your show, man. It's an absolute honor for you to have me every single time. But I'll look forward to seeing you, and we'll talk some more Niners football then. Hope you have a great night.
You too, Sherdal. All right. It's going to be all right. All right.
Okay.
Have a good night, fam.
See ya.
Okay, you guys, don't make me laugh. Now, who's that wrote down there? He's being cynical about being cynical. I almost lost it on that one. People it's okay to express yourself if you're not happy, okay? And let's see if Rudy's able to talk. Now, Rudy, you still got no audio? Let's see. Rudy? Rudy, I hear a click and I suddenly hear a tiny bit of sound and then there's nothing. Because Rudy, the people in the chat probably think we're doing this to you on purpose. It's not true. We like talking to Rudy. Some of you folks in the chat we don't particularly like, but we do like Rudy. All right, Rudy.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah, there he is. All right.
I'm sorry about that.
That's fine.
I unplugged my computer and installed some stuff, and I didn't notice the settings changed.
There you go.
Lesson learned, but okay, go ahead, Ronbo. I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to get your you had something in mind that you wanted to interject tonight because I figured.
For me, it was an amazing season. For both of our teams. You guys have Trey Lance. You guys have Trey Lance. Let the kid play. I mean, all this stuff. I wish Kyle Shanahan would say, you know what, Trey Lance is our quarterback moving forward. We're going to move Jimmy, but he can't do that because he's still under contract, and unfortunately, Jimmy had the hand injury, so he may still be there. The only problem is that's going to hurt your cap, and you have to sign Bosa and Debo. Yeah, so you guys are going to lose some players. It sucks that the teams get up there, and then every year you lose players.
Actually, though, Debo and no matter what they do with Debo and Bosa, their contracts don't kick in until next year. You know what's really funny though, and I don't know if a person is observing from outside would notice. Kyle Shanahan will never make any promises, and he makes it clear every time he says something, no matter what the subject matter is. I would never say that never would happen, but I mean, that's where I'm at right now. He always does that. One thing about Kyle, he always leaves himself an out. Tom Brady, nobody's asked him directly about Tom Brady. That's why Kyle's been avoiding a lot of conversation, because I think if he would have went to the combine, hey, Kyle, Tom Brady's on the table. Are you considering that? And, Kyle's probably saying, listen, guys, one of the reasons why I didn't want to come here is because I didn't feel like putting up with this. We came here to look at the guys that are potential draft picks, and if you could just give me a break and stay out of my face. Kyle, what's so funny? Can you imagine, Rudy, if you're in that particular profile, you can't show out in public. Like my favorite all-time coach, Woody Hayes.
Yeah. But, Ronbo, it's a good problem to have. I mean, you guys are loaded. You guys are loaded. We're trying to get our players back and run it back. We'll see what happens. But we have to lose players. We have to make tough decisions.
Yeah, who do you think you can lose? This is fun. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Okay, so you never an injury is never good to one of your main players. So that being said, OBJ liked playing in LA. He's not going to be able to even play. They're talking about maybe till late October or November. So we can give him an incentive-laden contract and sign him back, and he'll be ready for us in the playoffs again. Robert Woods will be he's signed through the 2024. He'll be back as well. Von Miller is wanting to come back with Donald because he's already played for other teams. He'd like to make money, but he saw what it's like to be able to run free and let Donald take the double teams and just be the old Von, just free and raising havoc. So we're going to lose some guys.
So whatever he gets paid is fine.
No, well, they're going to give him, a couple years, and they're going to restructure some contracts. Stafford's going to restructure his deal probably for a 2 or 3 year deal. Donald as well, but we're going to lose some. We're going to lose Darius Williams probably, unless we franchise tag him. But he's not the same Darius Williams as he was a couple of years ago. And so the Robert Rochelle is going to have to heat up, but step up. But the two guys that I was going to tell you that we have speed burners that have a Super Bowl ring and they didn't even play is the rookie Tutu Atwell, 4-3 speed burner. They didn't even play. And then Jacob Harris, the tight end phenom. We got those two guys in the wings, and they're making like $1.
I do remember Tutu. I just go through some here because when you don't have something, even the kid over in with the Hawks, they picked up another speed. I forget which one. The only speed guy that came out of the draft last year, the Cardinals guy, he did well, but he's the only one.
And it's hard for all the people with the let's put a fast guy in the line. You can do that once in a while, but the guy has to know how to get open. He has to know how to run routes.
With him, and
because we used to have. I don't know if you remember Ronbo back in the day. We had Ron Brown. He was a track star. He was in the Olympics. Ron Brown, number 89. He was like our speed burner, but he could just run a straight line. Because he didn't have no movement. But sometimes he'd drop the ball, probably 5 times out of 10.
Wait, I can do better than that. Remember Nehemiah?
Yes. Yeah, he was a poor man's Nehemiah. Yes, because he when he caught it and then when he kick returned and he made plays, we're like, yes. And then, he missed an easy one. So, yeah, exactly right. So it's not just about speed.
But you know what? But these guys are football players, they're not Olympians, though, right? See, because when you get an Olympian, that's another story. I think the greatest Olympian of all time had to be Bob Hayes, who did well in the NFL. But like you're saying, he could run a straight line, but once he caught the ball, it was hilarious. Hayes is that's it. It's over.
And like Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is not a speed burner, but he's fast in pads. He accelerates fast, and so you don't have to necessarily be a 4-3 guy. It's how like the other guy was saying, when you put pads on, if you show the speed on the field,
then it matters. But the thing is, what I like, though, is when we had Marquise Goodwin, and Goodwin's not the most famous person to track and catch passes either, but what he did do, and I want another Marquise Goodwin, he didn't get enough credit for it, I want a guy that makes the defense says, ooh, back up. Don't give him that much, just because if you run up to the line of scrimmage with him, he's going to smoke you so bad.
Well,
and
Ronbo
was kind of tough.
Ronbo, let me ask you this. So, you know how Kittle's been hurt?
Yes.
So this is just me asking. Okay, so I love Kittle. Higbee's like a poor man's Kittle. He makes some of the plays, but he's not as talented as Kittle.
Or Higbee.
But he's really good though. But he's not a Kittle. But Kittle's had problems with injuries. So I know that you guys were looking at that wide receiver or maybe the safety, one of the better safeties. Would you think about trading Kittle and getting in the mix for one of those early second rounds or late first rounds, and get one of those guys? Because Kittle's had the injury problem, and then you guys can get somebody else to use Debo as tight end.
I'm not the person to ask for this. People get on me for being a little too attached to some of the players. There's nothing I would trade George Kittle for. Nothing.
Yeah, he should retire a Niner. But I'm just saying, just because of the injury problem, and you want to get that, you want to get that ring, before the window closes with the free agency.
But there's no escaping injury. We have guys up and down our roster, and I'm impressed with the fact that Juice made it through a season. Every guy on our roster that's good gets hurt. Every last one of them.
Injuries,
except for Laken Tomlinson.
And injuries suck. Injuries suck, Ronbo. I'm watching the Super Bowl, and we're down 10 points. and that the Notre Dame. I hate. I'm a USC fan, right? USC football fan. I hate Notre Dame. To hell with Notre Dame. I mean, that Schroeneck guy, number 18. I don't know if you remember him from the championship game. The ball hit him right here, and it bounced off his hand. And we could have had that touchdown. In this game, after the face mask of Ramsey, the ball hits him in the hand and it goes to interception. I mean, this guy, I love
Rudy. We're gonna run out of time. We're not trading for him though.
But check this out, though, Ronbo. But check this out. My point is this: you got to use what you have. If you have a defensive back that's fast, teach him a couple of post routes. Like we have, Brandon Powell, number 19, our kick returner. He's got some wiggle and he's fast. Put him in there instead of Schroeneck. I mean, help Cooper Kupp. That's McVay. I love him, but nobody's perfect. But you keep your head up, Ronbo. I want to we got the chip in L.A. I want to take the time and enjoy this last 5 months before the season starts, and we try and run it back, Ronbo. So let's take our time with that, and God bless our Lakers. Rest in peace.
Yeah, they're dead. Yeah.
But all right, Ronbo, keep your head up, brother. I love you. You're my dude, and you're my Ram. You're my Niner carnal. And props to Roberto and everyone. Take care of my Niner brother Tommy Huxley and Ray Jr. I know you got that Aaron Donald jersey on right now as we were in the chat, brother. But anyway, take care, guys. Have a good night. I appreciate it.
All right, Rudy, always a pleasure, man. You are hysterical.
Thank you, brother.
All right, talk to you later. I love it. Rudy took some shots at the guys in the chat where he left. We got hey Jacob.
Ronbo. What's good, Ronbo?
Jacob, we're looking at our coaching situation with Brian Griese tonight. Concerned with how well that's going to work out. It'd been nice if Brian had some experience as a coach. I know, you come in and what are you going to say? All right, well, listen, I'm as new at this as probably that you're feeling. So at this level, is there anything you want to ask me before we get started? You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect
Ronbo,
from Brian Griese. I'm a little concerned. But go ahead.
I got a theory for you, Ronbo. So check this out. So you know how Kyle Shanahan's staying home from the combine, right? He's not attending it.
Yeah.
So on a podcast, I think it was something to do with golf. Tom Brady went on a podcast and mentioned that he was going to go home to San Mateo to visit his parents. That's only 34 minutes from Santa Clara.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
Theoretically, while the entire NFL world is focusing on the combine, Kyle Shanahan can be setting up a secret meeting with Tom Brady. Now I'm the biggest Trey Lance fan out there, but at the same time, it's intriguing. It's Tom Brady. I think one thing we need to consider is Bobby Turner is taking the year off. Kyle Shanahan's not going to have that run game to rely on with that coach he's had coaching with him and his dad for the past, 20, 30 years or whatever.
Well, he's got a good run. I mean, actually, Lynn's a good run.
Anthony Lynn is in.
Anthony's good.
Yeah, he's in there. He's good. But at the same time, when you lose that coach you've been working with for 20, 30 years, you may
it does make a difference. And
explore new strategies.
True. I think Anthony Lynn may have came on because Coach Turner probably told him a long time ago, listen, guys, my knees, I cannot stand up. I'm going to have to get something done. And they said, okay, well, listen, go ahead. We'll figure something out. And then you got Anthony Lynn, and now Turner can take off for a year and come back, and that makes it okay. But about Brady, listen, let me ask you, Jacob, because I love asking people about the Brady situation that are all for it. What if I'm Kyle Shanahan and I'd like to be in full control of what's going on that field offensively? What do I tell Tom Brady? I'm younger than he is. I don't have as much experience in the game as he does. He's got more rings than anybody in the NFL. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. There won't be any argument. How am I going to coach him?
Ronbo, let me ask you this. I think you're thinking about it all wrong.
Okay.
Who's the 49ers offensive coordinator right now?
We don't have one except for Kyle. Mike McDaniel just left.
So what if now? I'm throwing it out there. Don't call me crazy or anything like that just yet. I'll leave that to the fans in the comments.
All right.
What if Brian Griese was that perfect option, that compromise at that meeting between Kyle and Tom Brady? Because Tom Brady went to college at Michigan with Brian Griese, and Kyle Shanahan coached him up in 2004, 2005, as well as he won a Super Bowl with his dad. So what if he was that perfect compromise to come in and be a third party to the two, as Brady and Shanahan work on being potentially a co-offensive coordinator and work together to build out an offense that matches both of their skill sets?
You know, that's made for TV. No, that's a full-length movie that you just did. And that would be showing in theaters everywhere. I mean, okay. What we know about
It might be showing in the theater of the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl theater. I mean, too, who wouldn't be down for that?
I just don't. The 49ers are probably wanting to win a Super Bowl very badly because you go 2 times and come out dry, or nearly 2 times. You know, I don't know. It's to me, is Brady really going to be able to run a team into the Super Bowl right now? I saw some things last year. He passed for 5,000 yards, granted, but he was surrounded by a team of pure fiends as far as receivers go. So I don't know. You know, if AB plays,
Jimmy Garoppolo took this team to the NFC Championship game. You don't think that Tom Brady could do a little bit better?
If he runs Shanahan's offense, is he going to run Shanahan's offense? That's part of what goes on.
I mean, what if they? I mean, I'm sure they make concessions. I'm sure they meet somewhere in the middle. Shanahan's running game takes a little bit of the load off of Brady, but so do wide receivers like Debo and Ayuk, and their run after catch ability can save his arm a little bit.
Well, see, that's what those guys are.
And think about this. Think about this, Ronbo. How desperate do you think Kyle Shanahan is to win a Super Bowl right now? He's been called a choker.
Yeah,
people called for his job last year.
This is three times.
McVay, his counterpart, just won one.
I
think he might be willing to make a switch.
You know, but you can't start making desperation moves because then you'll sink deeper into the quicksand. So whatever you do, better be well calculated and thought out. Just go and get Tom Brady for 1 year, and then think about, well, Tom's 46, only on 47 next year. What do we do now? We still got Trey Lance, right? Trey didn't get any snaps last year. He's still, for all intents and purposes, he's still a novice.
Here's something to think about, Ronbo. So Jed York, when we drafted Trey Lance last year, said that the plan was to bench Lance for a year, and if Jimmy Garoppolo had a MVP-like season, then Trey Lance could potentially sit for a second year. Mm-hmm. Now, Jimmy G obviously didn't have that MVP-like season, right? But you know who did have an almost MVP-like season?
Who?
Mr. Thomas Brady. And I think
nobody's going to take away what Tom Brady got accomplished. I just think it's a little weird for Kyle Shanahan and Tom Brady. I see a chemistry or a compatibility issue real quick. Because you know what? This thing what you're hearing about Bruce Arians and Tom, I don't think all of it's made up. Some of it may be accurate.
Okay. I mean, look, it's just a theory. It's just a theory. I'm not saying it's happening or anything like that. I hope Trey Lance starts. I mean, honestly, my plan, if we don't go for another starting quarterback and go with Lance, is draft a safety with the second round pick,
and
pick up a late round running back, and trade for Cole Beasley.
And also, did you consider the fact that Tom's not going to come in and pay for $5.50 an hour? So you know what? You're going to have to figure that one out too. That would be one of the reasons why.
$25 million. That's around what Jimmy's going to like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to shed that. A lot of people believe Jimmy's leaving just because he sucks. No. The 49ers had this calculated way back. They weren't going to renew Jimmy's contract. They probably made up their mind about that before they traded Trey. Or got after Trey. So right now, they're trying to keep that team strong because it's a Super Bowl-ready team, right? So you want to keep them, but you can't afford to keep all of them and the quarterback, so you had to make a compromise. Let's see if we can get a quarterback and drop Jimmy's salary and see if we can keep moving forward. So if Trey works out, maybe in a few years, they'll renew his contract and keep building around him. But right now, the 49ers cannot afford to take a step back. This is going to be an interesting year for that reason, and your thinking about bringing Tom Brady in is probably not that far-fetched. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. They got multiple good routes to go in, but it should be an exciting offseason one way or the other.
Yes, indeed. All right, Jacob, great stuff, man. It was fun. I tell you, I'll see you Sunday if you got time.
All right, sounds good, Ronbo.
All right, hey, Jacob. And, there he is. Forget about it. It's Niner Mike. Come on in, Mike.
Oh, forget all about it, Ronbo. What the hell is going on over here, Ronbo? What are we doing? What are we doing, Ronbo?
We always ask this question, right? Because I have no idea why Brian Griese is putting on a 49ers shirt and calling himself a coach. I thought that was funny. A lot of people are believing in it.
I'm not worried about Brian Griese, Ronbo. I'm really not. I mean, honestly, like who was the last quarterback's coach that we had, right?
That's right up there with who won the combine last year in the 40-yard dash.
Yeah, I'll give somebody $1 if they could name him without looking him up on Google first right now. All right, I mean, forget about it. I don't even want to be talking about it like that. Look, Brian Griese, for what it's worth, he was one of the more blunt, straightforward guys on Monday Night Football last year. I don't know, how many of you was watching, listening, or whatever. But he was one of the people that, kind of always gave it like it was. You know what I mean? If he was playing like trash and he was making mistakes, and he would call it out like that. So,
so
he might not have the coaching experience, but he definitely knows and has been around the NFL long enough to know what a good quarterback is and isn't, and what a quarterback should be doing and what he shouldn't be doing. And also, he's got familiarity with the Shanahan offense. I think he's got some time with his dad, Mike Shanahan, and I think he obviously knows the kind of offense that Kyle runs. So, I think people is letting themselves get a little too lost in it. But what the hell's going on? First of all, Ronbo, shout out to you because I ain't talked to you in a while. And shout out to all the faithfuls out there. And I hope all of you has been doing good, getting through the off season so far. We're getting interested with the combine and everything. But Ronbo, do me a favor, will you? You gotta. I need you to maintain your faithfulness to the faithful. So when you hear Rudy Poo call in talking about running it back, tell him to fucking run back to the Sizzler and go grab another plate of bullshit. All right, so he could just spew it out somewhere else amongst his Rams fan base over there, the little lamb chops and the rest of the gang. Him and Marketing Flow, Ready to Blow, Mark 818 or whatever the fuck his dumb name is. I mean, all these jerk offs on here. Come on, Ronbo. What are we doing? What are we doing over here?
Let me give you a little bit of history on it, Mike. Because here's the thing: Rudy used to come in for years. Rudy used to come in every year and talk about how he's going to beat our brains out. Right? This is like the hilarity was that we were trying to build a team at that time. So Rudy goes back, and all of a sudden, Rudy was coming in every year, apologizing and congratulating us year after year. Mike, up until the last couple of months, Rudy was always in. Congratulations again, guys. So after a while, I grew amused and started to actually. He's not like the rest of the jerk-offs, as you call them. They come in and throw absolute garbage at us all the time, and right now in particular, right? So Rudy's. I separate him from the rest of the clowns.
I hear you. Look, I've been around your channel for a while. I remember Rudy Poo calling in with his good, with his concerns, comments, and complaints. All right, but what I don't remember is when the Lambs were 100% pure dog shit. I don't remember him calling in and putting himself on the screen with his little signs and his little jerseys and all this little bullshit. I don't remember none of that, Ronbo, right? So if you're not going to call in and put yourself on Front Street,
and I'm trying to remember
what I mean? when you're in the doghouse, and don't show up when you're
with new jerseys and caps. I know. I'm trying to remember when he first came in.
All over. He's not a bandwagon fan, obviously. You You know him when he was, well, I can't say when he was suffering. He's still suffering as a Lambs fan. I don't give a shit if they did win the Super Bowl or not. I can really care less.
Mike, we used to, Mike, we used to just do a number every time Rudy got in. Everybody be unclicking, unmuting, and just going after Rudy. He'd stand there and weather the storm for a minute. You know me, I'm laying on the floor laughing my ass off, and so I said, this Rudy guy.
That's right.
He's kind of tough.
I give him whatever little bullshit credit you want to give it to him, all right? But at the end of the day, Ronbo, forget about it, all right? Forget about it. And do me a favor, the next time that little prick comes on your show and says, oh, yeah, we're going to run it back when we try to run, you fucking tell him, forget about it. Niner Mike says, forget about it, all right?
We do not put up with that. That's true.
I really don't. Yeah. Run nothing back. They're not running nothing back. Come on.
What's his name? What's his name?
You want to run back, you gotta
what's his name? Ready for whatever it is?
3 piles of
yeah.
Huh?
What's his name? Ready for whatever it is in the chat? Yeah, I'm about to nail him for spamming. That's all he's writing today. 3-peat. He's not three. You're not 3-peating, Rams. 2-peating is going to be difficult.
Yeah, well, they're all a bunch of jerk offs. And listen, one more thing, Ronbo. I've been keeping up with you on the Twitter over there. You gotta let Jimmy go, Ronbo. You gotta let him go. I know he's the love of your life.
Listen.
I know he's the love of your life, and I know he's your high school sweetheart and all them other things. But
Mike,
you gotta let him go, Ronbo.
Mike, the only thing I'm not. People keep saying that, which has zero to do with what I'm talking about. People start in about Jimmy, and I comment back at him. That's all. I didn't say anything about.
I know, but I've been seeing you posted. Ronbo. You retweeting people's reports about.
Well, I do find those are funny.
And I can see the
smile on my face when I say it
from your beating heart coming through your tweets. All right,
Mike.
It's like you're like a high school broad that sees a first crush or something.
This is the reason I do it.
Come on, Ronbo.
This is the reason I do it.
Gotta let him go, Ronbo.
This is going to be a cold one. He's gone, but this is going to be the thing because all you guys who have taken a piss out of me for telling me that Jimmy's going to suck this year got all the way to the end of the line. Well, without a couple of things that took place, we win the Super Bowl. And guys, Mike, you know it, and all the folks that hate Garoppolo, all know it. This is why I'm still sticking the knife. I'm still sticking it.
You're absolutely right.
That's why I keep poking. That's okay.
I know, but
hey, Mike, but here's the thing. I want to win next year, and this is one thing I am still going to. I said, you know what? If we better not take a step back because we don't have time for that. These guys that are on the Super Bowl team, winning team now, they're not going to be around for next year. Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I lied, Ronbo. We're going to take 2 steps back. You know why?
How come?
Because that's how many more steps you have to take for a 7-step drop for Trey to throw it deep. It won't be any more 3 and
that's all right.
and 5-yard dropbacks to throw the friggin' ball 10 and 15 yards. It's a little 7-step drop, all right? And that's how you push the fucking ball down the field. You don't believe me?
We're gonna keep that energy, buddy.
Rewatch some of Matt Ryan's highlights when they went to the Super Bowl. There,
I'm looking forward to it.
Calling the plays. If you don't believe me,
Mike, know this: all I want to do is win, and we were winning. Now, if that continues, I'll be the happiest dude in the world. No, don't worry. I'm not. It's about winning with me. So, right.
I hear you, Ronbo. Listen. I'm about wins and losses too.
Damn
but
right.
At the end of the day,
all that other BS is BS.
One win. There's one win more important than all the others, Ronbo, and that's winning a championship.
All right.
And as much winning,
and you got to win games to get to that championship.
Exactly, but as much winning as he did, he didn't win the fucking championship.
There you go.
Ronbo.
All right.
That's the problem.
Let that winning continue, and like you say, when we get to the big show, win it. But as far as losing, I will not be quiet about.
I wouldn't even be that mad, Ronbo. I wouldn't even be that mad if it wasn't for the fact that he got a second crack at it and then he still blew it out of his ass.
All right.
When we had every chance in the world to smash the Lambs We had every
Mike,
chance in the
I
world.
can argue with that. I can
shit
argue
on
about that
their
all
face.
night long, but we ain't got time now. Let me get back to you. All right. Hey, see, it's Sunday. Bring it back. Let's start from that point.
That's another thing, Ronbo. How come? Why does Niner Mike get less time than Rudy
Mike,
Poo?
we're
What's
already
up with that?
overtime by 2 minutes.
Come on, Ronbo. I had to sit here and watch that jerk off. Sit here and listen to you talk about how fast Cooper Kupp is with his fucking pads on and all that other gibberish. Come on, Ronbo. Forget about it. What are we talking about here? Anyway, look. All right, I'll let you go. I'll let you go so you can continue on with the show, Ronbo. We'll take it a few more rounds the next time we get together. All right?
I'll be waiting.
All right,
Mike.
Ronbo. All right, shout out to all the faithfuls out there again. I hope all of you got to have a great weekend, all right? Stay safe out there. I'll talk with you later, Ronbo.
Looking forward, fam. All right. Night, Mike. Oh, God. And Mike is not right. I did not give him any less time than Rudy. I don't know why people think that. Hey, Bill.
I have a question for you. Are we a Super Bowl ready team to win it all?
I hope so. Bill, I can't answer that at this
I believe
hour.
we are. Okay, what I'm about to say is going to make a lot of people mad, and I don't care. All right? I'm going to put it this way. Trey Lance, yes, he's okay, but he needs 2 years to develop. If you're going to run behind a quarterback that's still trying to develop, you need to be fair. And it's going to upset a lot of people. You want to win it all, you go get a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers. But you want to play experiment and try to act and see if you want to develop the kid, then you need to be fair, and you need to trade Jimmy Garoppolo, and it's going to hurt your feelings. You need to do Kittle right. You need to do George Kittle right. He put his heart and soul into the team, and it would break my heart to have to say this, but because of the shenanigans that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch is playing, you need to trade George Kittle for a couple first. Or you go get a quarterback. If you want to win it all, then you put a good quarterback in, like a Brady or a Rodgers, where you start trading our good players and rebuild. Are we on a rebuild or win it all? That's the question.
No, it's time to win it all. We've been there twice in the last 3 years. We got to go
get a Brady or a Rodgers. And I know we might have to sell the farm for Brady because Arians is not going to let him go. Or a Rodgers. And, they're going to hold on to him. So let me tell you a little something.
Bill,
what would you sacrifice for Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Bill, that's the thing. I don't know if I can win gutting the team just for a quarterback.
No, you don't have to gut a lot. You don't have to gut a lot, but you just got to gut something. What do you want to sacrifice?
Okay, what am I going to give up? Some of the players that anybody would be interested in, I need them badly in order to win.
Well, we know we ain't going to get rid of Kittle if we're going to keep if we're going to get Brady or Aaron Rodgers.
Or you're not going to get rid of you can't get rid of Debo or Bosa, and they're going to ask for that.
But the thing is, you have to sacrifice something if we're going to win it all. Or we need to start trading people regardless on a rebuild. Are we on a rebuild or win it all? I'm going to tell you something.
It's a fun question.
Trey Lance, people say Trey's not a rookie. He practically would be a rookie. And we're not going to win a Super Bowl behind a rookie. You need to get in reality. It's not happening. We'll be lucky to make the wild card. That's luck.
Trey's less than a rookie. Trey's had 1 year of college football. He's 21 years old.
I still, he would have to be way better than Brady or Aaron Rodgers. And let me tell you something. I'm going to give all the Niners fans something out there. If we put Trey Lance as the starter and we have a bad year, do me a favor. Do not boo the kid.
Anything, right?
I'll repeat.
This is what everybody wanted.
Do not boo him. Do not boo him. Because that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of him getting out there, we having a bad year, and the crowd of the Niner Empire boos him out the field, destroys his confidence, destroys everything that we're trying to build, and he never comes back the same. Do not boo him.
Okay, Bill.
Lower your expectations. You have him as a starter.
Bill, here's the thing. He's not going to get booed, and I'll tell you why. Kyle's going to get booed, and I'll tell you why. Kyle's going to get booed for this reason. People thought he should have played this year, right? So since he didn't play this year, he's safe next year. The year after that, if we're still treadmilling, then there's going to be a problem for him. And him and Kyle and John could be in a little hot water. So this is where it's going to play out. If we win next year, everything's going to be fine. If we take it all the way, the next year, things are going to be peaches and cream. But like you're saying now, there is going to be some pushback if he loses next year, if it's because of him or any other reason. Because right now, just like people don't want to blame anybody but the quarterback. Just like Mike, he believes the reason why he lost the Lambs is because of Jimmy G. When honestly, that is so far from the truth it can't even be explained. So this is why if the same fans who always blame the quarterback, no matter what goes wrong, they'll be after Trey Lance. You're right. But otherwise, it's Kyle's ass is in trouble if we don't win next year.
I don't want Trey Lance ruined. That's why I don't want him starting this year. If we win a Super Bowl by getting a Brady or a Rodgers and he starts the following year and he don't do good, we could be happy on the 6th Super Bowl and we can wait a couple years for that 7th. That's what I'm wanting to see happen. That's what I want to see so he can have time to develop. You put him out there and we don't have a wonderful year next year because he's starting and he's still trying to learn the system. Because normally it takes 2 years for you to learn Kyle Shanahan's system.
Yeah. And Niner by nature is because Buffalo wasn't winning when he came. We just left the NFC Championship game. That's the difference between Josh Allen and Trey. Go ahead, Bill.
Well, Garoppolo was starting.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. And you went to the Super Bowl with Garoppolo. You went to the NFC Championship game with Garoppolo. And quite frankly, there's a couple of things. You know what? We don't even need for Trent Williams to be healthy. If Kwaski takes that pick, I think they win. And I'm not sure what would have happened against the Bengals, though. Trent Williams is still hurt. So maybe we win that game. But if Williams is healthy, we beat the Rams and we beat the Bengals. It's over. Yeah.
We would have beat the Bengals. There's no doubt about it. We would have beat the Bengals. They could even hold up against the Rams. I'm not even going to say the Bengals would have won that. They wouldn't have even won it. If they can't even beat the Rams, there ain't no way the Bengals would have beat the Niners. Don't even question yourself about that.
Right, I know. But I still need Trent Williams to play. You know, he can't be out there running around on the ankle hanging off his leg.
What would have happened was Jimmy would have went down and Trey would have had time, and they wouldn't have been able to handle Trey. Trey would have been eating them up on the that I know, and he, that team really not that great. So they got lucky.
Defensively, though. They showed a lot of heart in that game, though. You know what? They're the team to deal with, though, in the next 5 years. I tell you that, Bill, they just needed to grow up this year. But next year, look out.
They're not going back next year. The Bengals are not going back to the Super Bowl. Don't even look at that. I'm writing them off. They're going to have a Super Bowl hangover. Anyways, like I said.
We got to go, though, Bill. So I tell you what, when
you coming back on?
Sunday.
I want you to give me a 49er shout-out, and I want you to really think long and hard on what I said.
Yeah, well, I did. I've heard it before.
We have a bad year.
All right. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. Bill! Janiyah, y'all have a good night.
Yeah, you have a nice night, man.
Thanks, Bill. Hey, and Raymond.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear that. Niner Mike, I love you. Niner Mike is the man. Niner Mike is the man. I just forgot about this last clown. Excuse me, he's not a clown. He's a grown man. I just forgot about what he said. Yo, Niner Mike is telling you facts. Straight up. Everybody that wear the number 10 jersey lost us a Super Bowl. Kyle Williams and Jimmy Garoppolo. He's telling you the facts. And I sort of said, you know why Raymond, you ain't heard from me?
Raymond,
wait, hold on, Ronbo. I got a few times. Hold on, Ronbo.
With Jimmy being fully responsible for losing them games.
Ronbo, I got limited time. You just kicked Niner Mike off. You know why I ain't call?
How come?
All right, what?
I'm
listening.
No, I just, okay.
No, hold on, because you know why I ain't called? Let me tell you why I ain't called, bro. Because I've seen the same thing he's seen. Every time some quarterback come out and say, Trey Lance ain't going to be this, Trey Lance ain't going to be that. First thing you do is post up some wild shit because you want to see Jimmy Garoppolo play, right? All right, look, check this out, man. I'm passionate. I love these Niners. Man, Niner Mike is 100% right, bro. The dude be losing the game. We win because we play defense. We win because we got the best defense in the league, man. We've been winning in spite of this dude. This dude he missed the man Emmanuel Sanders down the field. Number 10 jersey, Kyle Williams, number 10 jersey. I don't want to see number 10 no more. I don't want to see number 10. Number 10 has cursed this franchise. We lost 3 Super Bowls with number 10. You know what I'm saying? All right, so look, bro, we winning it. We winning with defense. Don't know. Everybody keep doubting Trey Lance. It's the reason why they gave up all them draft picks, our whole future for this kid. He better play. Now, I didn't see you post anything about what RG3 said. The dude that played behind Kyle Shanahan, and he played that offense. He said, we don't know what we got. We got to let him play. That's the truth. You got to let him play. Nobody goes on that headline. Nobody talks about that. You just want to bash. We want to get Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, somebody else's franchise. We want our own franchise. We run this. We gave up all those picks. We about to let this young boy play, regardless of what anybody say. If I see anybody else out there on that field, I'm gonna be pissed. All right, now you go ahead and talk. I'm tired of talking. But Niner Mike is right. I love you, Niner Mike. Bro, I told you about the dude Christian Watson. Now you want to talk about because he ran a 40. But I told you that was Trey Lance's boy. All right, we ain't gonna get him. We don't need him. We've been winning on defense. Defense been winning this game. Jimmy Garoppolo is an afterthought. He's a game manager. Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer took the Ravens. He's a game manager. We need somebody explosive. We need to let him play. Let him make a mistake. I'm cool with it. But you could go ahead and talk. I'm sorry. But I love Niner Mike. When Niner Mike was talking, I was like, yes. All y'all want to do is bash my man, yo. You ain't even seen him play. But the dude and what's his name? The Patriots, he come out way behind him. He get to start. All right, the dude in the Jets went in front of him. He get to start. Let my man play. We gave up our whole future for this kid. And you talking about keep sitting him on the bench, going to get other players and cutting George Kittle. Are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy, man? I love the Niners. Give up my future. If you didn't think he was that, we shouldn't have picked him.
No, I have a problem with that. All I'm saying is I want to continue to win. Raymond,
we're going to win. We've been winning with this dude, Jimmy. We're going to win with Trey. We got defense, man. We're going to sign Bosa. We're going to get us a cornerback, and we're going to play defense. We ain't worried about nobody else. Salvage goods. I don't want Aaron Rodgers cocky behind over here, and I definitely don't want Tom Brady because he replaced Joe Montana as the GOAT. And then Joe Montana irritate me because he going to bash Trey Lance. They irritating me right now. Why did we give up our future? Why? Why did we give up our future? We need to see why. We're going to kick him down the curb because he's not ready. Well, Jimmy Garoppolo ain't ready. We should have won against the Chiefs. We should have just won the Rams. We beat the Rams every time in a row, but Kyle Shanahan want to run against a nine-man box because he don't trust the quarterback.
Raymond, I have one question for you. Do you honestly think? Yeah. Do you honestly think?
Yeah, I'm listening.
You just said the defense does everything. Do you honestly think that we'd have lost that game if Kwasi makes that pick?
Yeah, because Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't going to throw the ball. We kept running against a nine-man box. If he makes the pick, it's still 9 minutes in a game. We still didn't score the ball. We didn't score a touchdown, man.
No, do you know, Kwasi T, there's no telling how far he was going to run after he made that catch. There was nobody around him.
Okay, and then what?
Maybe
he run a touchdown. Maybe he scored a touchdown. But we was running the ball the whole game against the nine. Can you watch the game again?
That contradicts what you just said, though. If defense wins the game, what happened?
Yep.
We had a 10-point lead. You see, here's the thing about people who hate Jimmy.
Because offense got a compliment.
You always say it's about the run game,
Rams.
and it's the defense. And we were beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl with less than 6 minutes or something like that to go.
Right. Well, keep running with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Last year when the Super Bowl was won, Tom Brady did jack crap during that game. Who won that game, Raymond? It doesn't matter whether you like the quarterback or not. Every year, the championship game,
they got a high-power offense. You need to score with them.
They ran Patrick Mahomes off the field. The defense always wins, Raymond.
Yeah, we ran Patrick Mahomes off the field, and Jimmy G missed my man wide open, and then he was seeing his run.
You can't have it
that was
both
game.
ways.
If he catch that ball, that's a Super Bowl ring.
You can't have
if
it
he throws
both
that
ways.
ball, that's a
If
Super
the
Bowl ring.
defense is
And guess what
always
Trey Lance
winning
do best?
games,
Throw the ball deep.
okay,
Trey Lance throw the ball deep best.
Okay, but what about the defense? You just said so. I got Richard Sherman out there giving up.
We had
Sammy
Richard
Watkins,
Sherman running around out there. I told you that from a long time.
But
He was
you
too
just
slow.
said the defense is always what helped Jimmy win, right?
And I also said we need to get a corner.
Okay, well,
I said we need to get a corner.
I'm just saying.
We need to get a corner, not a quarterback.
Okay.
Not a quarterback. We need to get a corner.
Okay, well, say that.
A cornerback.
All right.
That's what I said that. But I'm
Big
telling
Show.
you, we've been winning in spite of this dude.
Because of Jimmy
How
not
many
doing the
points we
damn
scored
thing,
against Green Bay?
and all the
We
defense
beat Green
was
Bay
doing
by
was
luck,
winning.
man.
All right. We lost to Green Bay by
We beat
luck,
Green
too.
Bay by luck.
No, we should have
didn't
beat them that
score any
first time.
points.
All right. Jimmy,
But-
hey, listen,
but you want Aaron Rodgers, though.
This is an argument. We could run out of time. Because people don't like Jimmy. They got every reason in the world not to. All right? They can tell you that. But
Right, and we don't have no reason not to like Trey. So why y'all keep bashing him?
You
And every time
ignore
somebody say
everything
something,
he
y'all want to
does
put that
well.
in the media.
Right? Nobody's bashing him. You and Mike are saying this and that. I didn't
can't wait-
bash him.
y'all can't wait to
Look at
praise-
my
y'all can't
tweet.
wait to- y'all
I
can't wait to
never
praise Jimmy G.
bashed him one time. Never do I do that. Ever.
I'm not talking about you. The whole
All right.
media. Trey Lance ain't ready. Trey Lance is this.
I'm
Trey
trying
Lance
to
is. What
say-
about the dudes that the dude that got picked by the
Raymond,
Jets in
Raymond,
front
you
of
got to
him?
hold up because production's going to cut us off. Big Show has something to say.
Oh,
He says, please give a shout.
I'm sorry,
Wait,
Ron.
hold on,
I love these Niners, and I
Raymond.
want to see the man play.
You
We
see?
we gave
Raymond,
up too
hold on
much
a
for this
second.
dude.
Hold on. Big Show has something he wants to say to you. He says, please give a shout out to Raymond. Ask if he looked up the corners I listed for him. Kyler Gordon, Washington, Kobe, Bryant, Cincinnati. All right. Raymond, all right. So we're going to run out of time. Niner Mike said I cut him off.
Yo, I love you, Niner Mike. Now I'm riding with Niner Mike.
Good
I'm in
for
Niner
you.
Mike car.
That's fine.
Forget
but
about
we're
it.
out of time. Ray,
All right,
we got to
go
fam.
Niners, man. Love you, Ronbo.
I'll be back. I'll see you Sunday if you got time. All right.
All right, peace.
Peace. Thomas Thornton says, mark my words, Trey Lance will unlock this offense. Listen, we all hope for this. We all do. My fear is of the unknown, okay? It's good to predict it, but I think most of what's being seen with that Trey Lance going to come in and rule the world, I think it has more to do with disliking Jimmy than it does. We don't know for sure. We hope. We see good things. But there's been great quarterbacks that came in as rookies. The guy, Trevor Lawrence, is supposed to be the be-all, beat-all. And what happened? It just depends on if you are an NFL quarterback or not. And I hope he is. I pray that he is. Believe me, I am not going to be negative toward him. Hey, that's what I need, Trey. Come on in, Trey. God. Trey? Did Trey pass out? It is late. He can't get a sound.
Finally. It was so hot. Can't even hold the phone right now. It's hot on your back right now. But you all right?
Trey, y'all bring that crap every year. You know I'm unaffected. It ain't going to change my mind one different way. Bring some milk. I'm ready for it.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to Niner Mike, you know, TNT family right there. Shout out to
Raymond. Raymond's your neighbor, actually.
Shout out to Raymond. I mean, yeah, Raymond's always been a favorite. We've always loved Raymond. Raymond's an OG. You know, he's an OG caller. A lot of respect there. But Ronbo, it's also this though, Ronbo. Let's talk about Brian Griese. We don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole. Trey Lance. I mean, let's talk about just actual facts.
No, go ahead. That's what we were talking about in the first place.
That's what we're here for, though, right?
Yeah.
We here for the actual, right? Matter of fact, you know, it's so good. I think I'm gonna need an install.
Oh, and now it's a Friday night version of Let Me Holler at You.
You up at 2 a.m. on the East Coast? If you up at 2 a.m. on the East Coast, it's for you. The last 3 Super Bowl winners, Ronbo. Guess what they had, Ronbo?
What?
A quarterback coach / offensive coordinator that played in the NFL. Wasn't great, but played in the NFL. I'll list it for you. The Rams had Kevin O'Connell.
It does matter. We got to talk the same language. Even if you played for a cup of coffee, you played in the NFL. Let's just list it, though. Kevin O'Connell with the Rams, right? He just got the head coaching job with the Vikings. Byron Leftwich played with Tom Brady a couple years ago. That guy actually played. And then Patrick Mahomes with Mike Kafka, who just got a job. I think he's in Buffalo now. I mean, what I'm saying is that it matters. I don't care if you have experience or not, if you've done it before. And I was just watching a highlight on YouTube. Brian Griese running this offense against the Rams in 2000 with the Broncos against them. It looks like the same stuff that Mike Shanahan was doing, that Kyle Shanahan is doing now almost. So one thing about this, he's going to be able – our mechanics have been –
Wait, you said Brian Griese, didn't you?
Brian
was
Griese,
coaching?
yeah. He played for the Broncos. Brian played for the Broncos.
No, I know about that.
Yeah, but I'm saying he ran the same offense. It's the same stuff. It's just 2022 version. But the things that he will do for Trey Lance are immeasurable. He's going to be able to tell him why. Think about it. Kyle Shanahan is a wide receiver coach. Mike McDaniels never played in the NFL. We're not discounting what these guys have done, right? But when you go from Rich Scangarello, a guy that's never played, Trey Lance needs to look in the eye of a guy that knows what it's like to stare down multiple reads, multiple progressions at once, and understand this is where you're supposed to be. And what better than a guy that's played in this system, Ronbo?
I agree.
That's analyzed.
Though, Trey, it's just like, you to be a teacher, you need a teaching credential. I'm just wondering can he convey and teach Trey? We'll see. I mean, I just wonder.
We will see. I mean, that's all we got right now. But this is what I'm saying, though. This isn't your normal quarterback coach scenario. This is a guy that's been in this system for a long time, but more importantly than that, can coach the quarterback. He's seen the evolution of the quarterback position being at ESPN since 2009. That counts for something. He's not out of the game. It hasn't passed him by. And so Kyle Shanahan knew what he was doing. We've upgraded. It is what it is. It's still Kyle's offense, but we've upgraded it. I mean, if you don't think he's going to be better than Scangarello, I don't know what to tell you. He went out to Denver.
He doesn't have to do anything. Scangarello, I still don't know. See, Trey, do you know? You just mentioned a couple of coaches that had direct impact on what the quarterback was doing. I'm trying to remember the last time I remember where I might have given the glory to the quarterback coach behind a quarterback, because Chip Kelly didn't really help Cap out. And Chip was supposed to. That's why he brought Cap.
I get it, Ronbo. I get it. And people are so concerned. First of all, let me do this. This is not going to be Trey Lance's rookie year. Can we stop that? Okay, a rookie is a rookie. I don't care. If I've only driven to work for 1 year, I've only driven to work for 1 year. It doesn't matter how much work I actually got to do. Yeah. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's the same thing for playing, but he's not exactly a rookie. He's a rookie plus. He's a sophomore with experience, but not a whole season. So he's coming into the system. Guess what? In OTAs, he's spitting off the plays. He's running and controlling the entire offense. You don't do that with a rookie. A rookie can't lead your whole team. Is that right, Ronbo? When he's going to lead OTAs, right? He's going to know where to go. He's going to be lining guys up, right? Right?
True. Trey,
that's not what a rookie does.
I know. Just to keep things. I just want everybody to know I'm not against him. I just haven't seen enough. Everybody else is sold. I just want to see more. I just want to see more.
Some of us have seen what we needed to see, and some of us need to see more.
Yeah.
Ron, but when we're just talking about an upgrade. It looks better. You know how you don't know what it feels like till you try it on. You don't know what it tastes like until you eat it. But if I smell it, you can smell something that smells really good in the kitchen. You ain't tasted it yet.
and then it tastes good.
It's been brewing.
If Trey comes in, you'll not see a bigger cheerleader than Ronbo. If he comes in and does a better job,
cooking.
I'm just saying, just to let you know, because this war that's being axed, I'm not in it. I'm just saying, I'm not from Missouri, but I got to be shown. Because Jimmy came in, and regardless of how anybody feels about it, we won. If Trey comes in and we win, I'm all over it. I love it.
Shout out to you, production. Thank you for letting me and Ronbo converse for just a second at the end of the night. It is really late on the East Coast, but let me say this real fast before I get out of here. Rudy Poo, candy ass. You're not slick coming on here. You know what you think you're doing? You guys should keep Jimmy for 1 more year. Of course you would say that. Every team in this division wants us to keep Jimmy for one more year. They don't want to see that explosive bazooka come off the end of the bench.
That's not what he said. He says you guys got Trey Lance.
No, it's not what he said, Ronbo. He thinks we're stupid. He thinks he's going to come over here and pop up Jimmy G's winning percentage. He thinks he's going to – who wants to keep an extra $25 million?
I could have swore I heard him say you got Trey Lance now.
Never said Ronbo. That's what I'm saying. He never said that. Yeah. He doesn't want to see Trey Lance in the field. He would rather you know why he wants to see Jimmy G?
Because here's what's ridiculous about that, Trey. He doesn't want to see Jimmy because Jimmy's handed him his ass every year for 5 times.
Let me ask you a question.
I heard you out on that, and you thought you had a point. I want to say this. Had Jimmy been healthy, the Rams would not have won that game. Okay? Nobody wants to give me any credit for having a bad hand or busted up shoulder. I will. That's why when you guys start in on him like that, that's why I defend him. It's wrong, Trey. It is wrong.
What you said, had Jimmy been healthy. We talked about this last February before we drafted
a quarterback. He gets hurt far too much. I agree.
Here's the most ridiculous thing about Jimmy G's injury. Jimmy G hurt his shoulder trying to protect his fingers.
Thumb.
We're out of here.
All right. Anyway, that's why when y'all start, like Jimmy's just this and that, I'd like to know how you look with a bad hand and a busted up shoulder with Aaron Donald coming at your ass 100 miles an hour. And your left tackle is running with a limp. Come on, man. You go too far with that. That's why I defend him. But anyway, I get it. We got Trey coming up. If we win, I'll be fine. I promise. Did Trey leave? Man, he did leave. I'm telling you guys.
No, I'm not gone, Ronbo. I was just going to let you have that, okay? I was going to let you have that. I just want to say I appreciate you. No, I want to honestly say, and that's why I didn't start with the Jimmy talk.
Okay? Because it's always going to be like that. Anyway, we can talk about other things.
All right. No, it's not. We've got about one more week of this mission.
Yeah. Okay. And I promise you guys this. If Trey does not do well next year, I'm not going to say things that you would expect. I promise you that. I do not like losing. Anyway, I'll talk to you Sunday if you got time.
All right, Margo. Well, you know what? There's room for that, too. And I want everybody that talk trash to me, come see TNT if Trey is trash. But it's not going to happen.
I hope not.
And everybody's going to be like, I knew it. Everybody's going to claim they knew Trey Gray was great before they saw it. That's all right. All right, buddy. Shout out to you. Shout out to TNT. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to everybody else. Yes, sir.
Night, Trey. Hey, Merrick.
How's it going, Ronbo?
Merrick, it's we were out of this for a little while with Jimmy, but actually we were actually going after the new coach we have. Merrick, hold on. Somebody's calling you using the wrong system. Brett, you need to change. Don't use that system you're using for calling. Use device audio and switch, because otherwise you get charged for the call. Productions just noticed that. Device audio, switch, or else they'll charge you. All right? Oh, sorry, Merrick. Where were we? Oh, yeah, we got into Jimmy talk. It always gets crazy when we talk Jimmy, you know, because they're convinced of what they're convinced of, and I'll never yield to it. I will never yield to it. So, but what we were trying to talk about was our new quarterbacks coach, Brian Griese. And Trey brought up some good stuff about Brian Griese, though, and as did others. So I was trying to get your feeling on, are you feeling solid about that? And also, all those wide receivers, do you want one out of the draft this year?
In terms of Brian Griese, I think it could be an upgrade over Rich Scangarello, since he's actually played quarterback in the NFL before. So I think he can help Trey. And then in terms of wide receivers, it would be nice to get the guy who played with Trey from North Dakota State.
Oh, no chance. No chance.
Never say never, Ronbo.
Well, the thing, he did too well. He came in, he set the place on fire. You know, I was hoping maybe he could. You know, I don't want to wish he could have pulled a muscle or something, and then they wouldn't know about him. They probably know about him from North Dakota State. They probably got all kind of film on him. But now he comes in, he sets the combine on fire. We've seen tape on him with Trey. We know he can play. And he will be gone in the first round. Merrick, it's over. So we're going to have to look past him and get somebody else. But he would have fit like a glove. Trey knows him. They know each other. That was a match made in heaven.
It would have been like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Well, like Big Show says, maybe those kind of combinations in success, they aren't the norm. But it might have been something similar, and it might have been the norm. It might have taken place. That's why I says, oh, man, 4-2. The dude broke under 4-3 unofficially. Jesus. He could 6'4"? Oh. Anyway.
Yeah. Amari Cooper, I've heard, might be a free agent, so he could be a target.
Do you want him?
I mean, I think he's a good pickup to maybe work with Ayuk and Debo and Kittle. That'd be a crazy receiving core.
You know, though, Amari, I don't know if he could coincide with Ayuk and especially Debo. Because we're not going to go away from Debo to go to Amari, right? I really
it might free up Debo because they know they have to pay attention to Amari. You can't just leave him open every play.
But Amari was a little pissed off at Dallas because that's, I think, why they're asking him to leave, because he wasn't happy with his touches after CeeDee Lamb came in and sort of took all the touches. I mean, he became Dak Prescott's favorite target, right? So, you know, we'll have to wait and see on that. But maybe, you know what? The 49ers don't have any money, though. People have to remember, we don't have any budget for a wide receiver that gets paid as much as Amari Cooper. I don't know, you could make adjustments. I don't know if that's priority one with the 49ers right now as receiver. If it is, they probably go to the draft in such a healthy draft as this one is, right? So you go to the draft to get that receiver and work on those positions like offensive lineman. You know, we need a cornerback like really badly. So, yeah, I figure the 49ers are going to go that route with that second-round pick. If they get a first-round pick, it's probably the same thing. We'll probably have to wait and see on that, though.
Yeah, I definitely say our top needs are corner and then offensive line, especially on the right side.
Yeah, see, this is why, and this is what I posted up. I what people think was a trash. I said, you know what? That offensive line needs to be tweaked. You got a young quarterback coming in. Why anybody would take that as a bash is beyond me. But that's the honest to God truth. Trey does not need to have to put up with getting rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds or be killed. All right? This is like, we got an offensive line. So I'm saying you got the right side that was bad, and then you had the left side with a cripple, and yet I have to sit here and listen about how bad Jimmy G is, and that's what I'm talking about. I don't want that for Trey. Now get that offensive line fixed so he can work and not get slammed to the dirt within 2.5 seconds. So, you know, so you got to get an offensive line. Aaron Banks has got to become ready to the game, and we got to get a cornerback. So that goes for the sexy pick that I want with an offensive lineman. So, you know, I got to get over it. But
just talk to Russell Wilson. He hasn't had an offensive line for years. Bucs haven't won anything.
And he's set, I know, right? And they've set records on Wilson getting sacked. But Russell Wilson is a bad boy. America, I've learned to give him credit down through the last 2-3 years. When I consider that he's never really had a good offensive line, and he still managed to get it done, although he's had some premier wide receivers too, he still managed to get it done. But I don't know if anybody can throw the ball like Russell Wilson. Merrick, I'm watching the guy throw footballs like basketballs into a hoop. The wide receivers running down the field. I never admitted it until a couple of years ago. Wilson's dropping the ball over his shoulder. 50 yards down the field.
Yeah.
I said, you know, Russell Wilson may be the greatest of all time with a deep shot. Brady can't do that. Rodgers can't do that. Rodgers comes close, but Wilson does it. That's a legend. I mean, that is amazing. If he ever had an offensive line, oh my God. In this last couple of years with no defense, he still did a good job. Russell Wilson sets himself apart from everybody. Hawks fans, don't get the wrong feeling. I don't like you people, but your quarterback is a bad boy.
I live up here with all the Hawks fans, so
you got to hear it all the time.
Yep.
That's why
One
the Hawks
final
win-
question I got before I go is I heard some rumors, and I'll probably get shot for this, but I would be open to having Jimmy G maybe come back for 1 year on like a cheaper contract.
I think he should go. And you know why? It's not fair to him. Let him go get a contract. One thing, Jimmy Garoppolo brought us out of the dark and into the light. This is why I'll always support him and I'll always respect him. We were jack poop until he came along, right? He has his injury problems, but the team supports him, they rally around him, they play their ass off for him. This is why I want him to go somewhere where he can get another contract and continue to go his own way. I appreciate him, and I'm thankful to him. We got another quarterback now. I want to see him play. I want him to develop. I'm just praying to God he is everything that people think he is. That's my only thing. If he is, I'll be the happiest dude on the planet. But that's my thinking on that. So.
Yeah, the Jimmy Garoppolo jersey was the first Niners jersey I owned. It was a gift as a high school graduation present.
There you go. No, he was badass. I don't care what anybody says. When he first came, Jimmy G was a bad boy. So, but anyway, onward. We got a new quarterback. Let's see what he can do. Hopefully, he can get it done. Maybe we're gonna go.
Yeah.
I tell you what. I'll see you Sunday. I'll be back. All right.
Yeah. And by the way,
Yeah,
the quarterback's going to be Trey this year. No Tom Brady, no Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be Trey.
I know, it's either or Russell Wilson was working on another. I don't know what they're going to do in Seattle, but there's still going to be a problem somehow. Anyway, we'll see. All right, Merrick, have a great night. See you Sunday. Yeah. Is it? We got another one here. Hey, Jason, come on in, Jace.
Brother.
Jason.
What's up, bro?
Jason's smiling and chewing. Jason,
I'm just
know
always
you got
happy
an
to hear
opinion.
from you, man.
Huh?
Yeah, Ron, I just need from you, because you've shown so much support. You're like the George Kittle guy now. And what I mean by that is you got so much support and adulation for Jimmy, as did we, I just want the same support for Trey from you and from our locker room, obviously. We don't matter here as much.
Especially
the locker room matters. I'm just saying from you, it's a little disappointing, honestly, to hear you have so much doubt and not as much faithful spirit. Like, hey, remember I used to hear this from you and others. Trust the process. I trust Kyle's judgment. I trust the front office, what they're doing. Now, suddenly, we get this Mahomes. He might surpass what Mahomes is physically and with the arm. He got
nice.
all the ingredients, but somehow we're going to just doubt the young man. You know what I mean?
Okay, see, really quick,
I
let me
just
give you a
don't
little
get it.
history. Let me give you history on that. Here's the thing. When C.J. Beathard and Hoyer were playing, right, everybody wanted to see Hoyer was screwing up. Everybody wanted to see Beathard on the field right away. That's, damn.
No,
I
didn't.
don't know if it's ready for him to start.
You know who I wanted to see? I wanted to see Mahomes on the field.
Well, yeah,
or
but I mean,
Watson.
but I'm just talking about the situation at
We
that
blew
particular
it.
point. I
blew
agree, but I'm just saying at that particular point, I said, oh man, you get CJ in, and that's why I'm a little snake bitten. I'm a little shell shocked. I don't like to bring people in too quick if they ain't ready to go, because they come in and they turn into a disaster because it got overwhelmed, right? So I'm hoping, believe me, I wish people would stop misunderstanding me.
Ron,
I
scary,
do not
Ron.
doubt Trey. I don't want him to
sound
fail.
scary, Ron.
I
You sound
am
scary,
scared.
Ron.
I'm
Don't be
scared.
so scary. Have faith. This is what having the faith is about. We went to 2 NFC championships, and look how bad we were looking with Brian Hoyer and Beathard. We didn't have a chance, but it wasn't just Jimmy. It was also Kittle. It was also the run game. Just think, the run game got us to the Super Bowl. You can argue it was Jimmy. Of course, the quarterback plays a part, but you got to really respect that it was the run game also. So it was a team
Never
thing.
never said otherwise. Never said otherwise.
All right.
But what I
Jimmy
do know
brought us out of the
is-
darkness. He didn't do it alone.
When he first came, though, in that first 5-game stretch, that was all Jimmy. And then they signed him, and we stayed. He got hurt. But the thing is, you got to have a quarterback out there that knows how to orchestrate and run the offense. He's cooperative with Kyle. He does everything he's supposed to do at that time. Jimmy probably would have just assumed throwing the ball more. But people think Jimmy's a coward and he can't do this, he can't do that. I said, you know what? Jimmy does exactly what Kyle tells him to do, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. So
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what Trey Lance will look like with all the tools and support system that Jimmy had. You know, playing with the first unit.
It's the same people.
Get our O-line right. I would go
Except
out and
the
get
offensive
Armstead.
line, yeah.
Armstead from the Saints. He's a free agent, right? He's a left tackle, I think, for the Saints.
Yeah, I don't know why they
Put
let
him
go.
on the right. I would put him on the right side. Whatever McClinchy does, I maybe bounce him into right guard. I don't know. He's such a question mark.
How do you get Armstead, though? Is he a free agent?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. They're saying he was injured and, he missed a lot of games, this and that. Like, he's still a premier right tackle, just like Trent Williams.
He was the name. Yeah, I agree.
Trent Williams was hurt a little bit. Look what he's doing for us, even though he's injury prone a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't realize that either. Trent got hurt 3 times last year. He didn't go out a couple of times. The ankle was killing him.
And he's penalty prone. Nobody talks about that. It's always him off sides. I'm like, God damn, you a
But he's Trent Williams. You got to excuse him, Jace.
You got allegedly. I say he needs to be brought up accountable for that, held accountable. Like, take him into the side corner like Singletary and fucking Vernon Davis. Like, yo, come on, you're killing us, bro. You're killing us.
Yeah.
But I want to see Christian Watson. I do want to make whatever move. You got to understand this, Ron. I was watching a film on him before this 4.28 40. He's the guy that's going to stretch the field and make it so hard to stop us. I would even go as far as getting rid of Eric Armstead for a first-round pick to move up to get that receiver. He's generational talent. I would put him, Ayuk, Debo, let Jennings come in to give him a breather. Jennings is nice. You know what I'm saying? I like Jennings too. But, yo, you watched the film on you, young man?
I've seen him. I saw him like months ago, and I didn't realize, damn, that's him and Trey together.
Yo,
Jason,
man.
you know what? The thing is, nobody's going to trade defense for offense. When's the last time that happened?
However we got to do it, I'll get him here. Like whatever, how we did for Trey Lance.
Yeah. But that was all draft picks, which is what people want nowadays anyway.
Second round, maybe a Greenlaw. Second round, Greenlaw.
You know what? His name was mentioned earlier about being a potential trade candidate because he can bring something back.
Todd is a free agent coming up, right?
I think so. Yeah, he is.
Nobody's going to want Todd at his age, probably, especially with the drop interception. That doesn't help.
Didn't. But he's such a good player otherwise. He saved us in the Green Bay game too.
I like Todd. I don't really like Jimmy Ward at safety because he can't cover, he can't get there. He's getting burnt. He gets burnt. He comes up and hits. That's what he's good for. But
yeah, he needs to get more picks. He's not a ball hawk.
We need a cover guy.
Yeah.
See what we do. We got to get rid of Jimmy though. Just free up that cap space so it hit free agent market.
That's already been.
We'll know
figured
what
out.
we need to do.
And
we'll know what
that
to
for
do
him.
in the draft.
Yeah, I want that for him.
Oh,
too.
for Jimmy to go somewhere else. Oh yeah, they got to let him go. They got to let him have his choice and do all the right things. Jimmy did good. Just for him to do that last season under those conditions and still train Trey, knowing that, hey, this is my replacement.
And as I said,
Tom Brady didn't
went
even
out
do
there
that.
with a raggedy hand and a nasty shoulder, and they almost still pulled it off. This is why I say when people try to get me to hate on Jimmy, ain't gonna happen.
I wouldn't hate him, but we do have to accept what he is. He is what created our team to fall short of the mark.
And he's also what helped create
the
our
reason
team,
we can't win.
As much as we ought to say that it was all about the defense and offense, you cannot get that close twice with a quarterback that ain't doing it.
2,000 plus yards. He has 2,000 plus yards in rack yards this season. So that means he just gives the handoff or throws the ball to Debo, and Debo runs 90 yards.
But Jason, don't you know it's how the offense is designed? What's Jimmy supposed to do?
Well, he has limitations.
Okay.
He got the limitations. He's not able to throw that ball. We got to do dump offs, dink and dump passes all the way to you know what I mean?
We're gonna see that ball flying downfield every shot next year. But James, we gotta run out of time.
Yeah, all right,
though.
Ron.
Let's see. I'm gonna see you Sunday. All right. All right, Phil.
All right, peace.
Peace. Oh God. And Brett, I say Brett has got his device set up yet. Uh-oh. This happens a lot. Brett, after making that correction, Brett was probably in the first time until we told him not to do that. All right, Brett, remember device audio, because I don't want you to be charged, and make that setting. You may have been on too long now. You might have to call back. Ray Jr., thank you. See, this is another thing. One player cannot cause you to lose a game. You know, it's beyond me that people really think that. All right, maybe we have to come back to Ray. We have to come back. Are we done? Brett, because we got no audio on you. All right. So anyway, by the way, as a matter of fact, on the chat, I'm telling you right now, I'm not changing my position on Jimmy Garoppolo. So get mad, do whatever you want to. You know I love you, but try to get me to trash Trey. Or I never trashed Trey one time, but trying to get me to trash Jimmy Garoppolo, boy, I'm telling you, that's just futile. That's not gonna happen. So hey, Here we go. So, Ronbo, you'd rather keep Jimmy, which I've never said. I just clearly said, Sean Preston, I clearly said, let me repeat it again. I don't want him to stay here. Let me say it again. I don't want him to stay here. I want him to go now. It's not fair to him to keep him for another year. Get a contract and go with the next team and do your thing. It's Trey's time. It's Trey's time. So you'd rather keep Jimmy? No. And this passing game over giving it as a Trey? No. Never said that. Never implied that. We could have 300 plus in the air with a 100 plus on the ground at any time. I'm trusting Kyle with the first quarterback he picks. He picks CJ too. This is not his first quarterback. Anyway, Sean, thank you. Please don't misquote me. Never said any of that. Others are saying that. I'm saying let him go. I respect him that much. Let him friggin' go. Go get another team. Get a coach that lets you throw the ball. Maybe don't have such a run game. Play to your other strengths. This is Kyle's offense. Let's see what it looks like when Trey plays in it next year. And by the way, if we are doing something different, I'm going to love it. But as far as blaming Jimmy for Kyle's offense, that is false. I will not go along with that. Saying everything that was wrong with the offense was Jimmy, I'll never go along with that. I still appreciate what he did. I enjoyed going to the Super Bowl. I enjoyed being in FCCG. That's where I'm going to stand. That's not going to change. Just let you know. But we're still bros. I'm out of here. Guys, please hit subscribe. And thanks for the contribution tonight, guys. Hit like. I'll see you Sunday. And we can argue some more. Niners! Stels!